All right, welcome. We are returning to our traveler campaign, Adventure Amongst the Stars, or in this case, Out at Sea, as our adventurers have narrowly escaped a battle to save a bunch of refugees. The travelers have slipped away with the leadership of a refugee haven aboard a cargo submarine, and they simply set out to sea. Without telling much of the story of what's happening today, who would like to start the recap? And I'd like 2 volunteers to carry the recap this time. Basically to split up the duties. Let's have 2 of you tell what happened last time.
I could start out if you'd like.
I would.
Okay, so we were hanging out in town, doing a thing, and we got called back to ship in a most rapid recall manner to go and save a town that was under attack. And our mission, as the rest of the Defender and everything, we're rescuing all the civilians. Our mission was to go in and make sure that the leadership who was distracting the bad guys was to go in and get them out. And to get in, we were going to be orbitally dropped. And as we had some shenanigans happen while we were preparing for that, it was a good time. We met, I'm gonna present Taylor, the awesome surfer Vargar guy. He's pretty cool. He gave us cool little drop pods, and we shot out of a spaceship, which was pretty cool, until Garrett's pod malfunctioned, and he got pretty beat up at the beginning and on re-entry, and then jumped out of his pod to go save him, and I was having a grand time as Flying Kitty inside his pod. I feel like he was screaming, and it would be very entertaining if anybody got a videotape of it to show later on. That will probably be entertaining watch later. And then Bralix managed to stay alive by firing or having Churchill fire off my countermeasures to stop missiles going at him. And then he landed in a dumpster. Pilar and Marcus landed in their respective pods safely. And then Garrett landed in a church. And I'll let somebody take over from here.
I can go ahead and pick up some there. So Garrett landed in a church, ended up, of course, substantial damage to his armor. Of course, a lot of it was melted, so plasma running through his whole suit, barely operational. Thing was actually very damaged. The group only had comms that were line of sight. So many of them decided to go to the rooftops to try and be able to get visuals on the other party members. Once they did, they were able to coordinate an attack on several individuals that were within the town. After that attack was done, they rendezvoused. Oh, of course, Garrett was under attack at the church afterwards, so everybody had to go over and kind of help out Garrett. Garrett, of course, fell from the roof again and fell through the church. This church didn't have any chance of surviving. He kept falling through the church. The group dispatched the other individuals. They went to the rendezvous point where they were supposed to meet up with the people they were supposed to extract. They found which portion of the people were there for extraction, and they lit off some very nice fireworks on the part of the building that actually had a lot of the enemies associated with it. Basically leveled the whole building. After that was done, they started planning a route to get out of the area. They proceeded to head, I will call it south. I think it may have been like west or something like that, but or east, sorry. They decided to head down to the waterfront, and they had several different options available to them for escape, for evac. Of those options, they selected a submarine, which is currently where we find our party ready to embark.
Not quite. That's why I didn't want you to say what's going on today. I will tell you where you find your party in just a minute. Time will have passed. But that was the end of the last episode, so you did cover the recap. Ghost, Kizik, anything to add?
I'm excited about that video. I don't know anything about it.
That is correct.
It's gonna be fun.
The kitty's going to go underwater after learning how to fly.
I was the only one that really had a decent time with the drop pod. Everybody else had rough go with it.
Not really. Marcus never knew that there was a
Marcus
problem. He was in mortal danger twice, but he had no idea.
It's true.
Nope.
My pod would have done pretty good if I didn't try to save somebody and listen to like all of the things that were telling me to do things. Also, a little bit traumatized because I ripped a abomination of a blop abomination in half.
Indeed.
That happened at the end.
Okay. That's everybody. So what happened as you guys climbed aboard the submarine was enemy, troops are swarming all over the place, and you don't really have time to figure out what's going on here. You board the ship quickly, your power and your suits are running down. Immediately, what you find is that the only way on board for the people in power armor is to get into the cargo bay, and you can't leave the cargo bay without shedding the power armor, which is already low on armor. The only way to shed the power armor is the emergency ejection sequence. So one at a time, whoever is, most compliant and willing to do it can say they went first, or people can say they resisted doing it. You have to put the custom initiation sequence, which requires a voice command, it's custom to you, to shed your armor, and then it falls off kind of like the way the Iron Man 3 movie happens, where the suits just fall apart into pieces. Basically all the linkages disconnect. It's meant for emergency ejection, but it's the only way to take the suits off ad hoc in the field. So each of you has to do this, and then you pack your suits away into crates you find in the cargo bay, which are these 4 crates here. That leaves the party members basically in these pressure sleeves that they wear underneath the suits. So you're not really well armored at the moment, but the pressure sleeves are designed to control temperature and thermal and stuff like that, and they are, water resistance. They're kind of like wetsuits. And of course, you can take your weapons that you carry on the power armor, and as long as you can physically carry them, you can still carry them. But you will lose access to the computers and the stuff that was in the actual suit. So you guys have to go through that. And as you guys are boxing up your suits, the sub starts moving. The human people that you brought with you, which consists of Specialist Jasper, Jill... Oh, what was her last name? I think I went with something like Bashir or something like that. And then 2 of their aides. So you have 4 human companions with you. They have gotten to the main bridge. Or the main, control center. No, it's the bridge. And they have gotten the boat moving. They've figured out how to turn the engine on and get it in gear. It's on the surface. It is not dove. In fact, the top cargo bay doors are wide open. And it just starts sailing out of port. Why do they do this so quickly? Because there are enemy troops coming down the stairs towards where you're at. And you have to get out of here. They learn relatively quickly this is not a fast vessel. And it takes hours of strained... of a stressful situation, we're worrying about pursuit before you guys are comfortable that at the very minute you at least are far enough away from shore and enough time has passed that you might have a minute to assess your surroundings. So I'm going to say that it's been like between 4 and 6 hours later from your departure from the docks. And you guys are just getting used to being on board. You're exploring the vessel that you have commandeered. As you're exploring it, you will find, amongst other things, 3 dead crewmen. It's also worth noting that not all the compartments on the ship are explored. So do not assume, because of the map, that you know all the things. Are definitely things you're going to encounter that are not on the map. Right now, you guys would be wherever you would have gone right after the cargo bay, or maybe you stayed in the cargo bay. And all of the civilians that came with you are in the control center trying to flip through all the manuals and figure out how the damn ship works, because no one here has any experience with a submarine. One of the crewmen, we're going to call him Carl because I forgot to name him, has experience with fishing boats and such, and so has been sort of driving, and that's one of the reasons he's driving on the surface, is because he's only using the controls that are familiar to him. So we find the party doing what they're doing, exploring the new vessel and trying to figure out where to go from here. Your original objective was to get the leader, Jill, to a rendezvous point that is going to be very difficult to get to while you're at sea, but at least you've gotten her safe and away from the city, which community-wise you would agree is the spirit of your objective, right?
Yes, of course. She's safe. We got her out, and did we bring the body of her husband or the other leader?
Would you have wanted to? If the answer is yes, then roll luck.
That's a 5.
It's not a pass.
I would have wanted to, but too shooken up from the BWAP incident.
I cannot remember what last name I gave them. Oh, you know what? That's going to be in last week's notes. I can just check last week's notes. So, Dubs, what do we find when we find Garrett? What is he doing? Where is he at?
So we just dropped off our power armor in the cargo traits. So I noticed that after I took off my power armor, my skin feels a little weird. So I kind of want to run to the bathroom and kind of find out what's wrong with my skin.
Okay. So let's go over that. You guys are taking the skin suit off. You're all in the same bay. As you take the skin suit off, we can actually just start from this point if you want. Garrett, sorry, I keep forgetting your character's name. Garrett has what you can only be described as a bad sunburn on every inch of his body. He's cooked. As soon as he pulls his faceplate off, it's like it stings, because like a sunburn would. The rest of you will notice his now very pink color, because he started with a blue tone. So when he sunburns, it just looks like pastel pink.
Oh, Garrett, you're looking a little like a cooked shrimp there.
This is not what. Oh gosh, this is. Man, look at my arms. Look at my arms. What happened?
Jeez.
You should see your face.
Yeah, you're.
Well, I can't see my face. What's wrong with my face?
It's burnt. I mean, you're all crispy and burnt up. Man, are you gonna blister?
Oh gosh, I've never had one of those. What's a blister?
I've never had one either because I got fur. But Brelix, you got a blister that one time, right?
No, blisters are what happened when your skin gets irritated, and I assume. Oh, let me run some math really quick. you passed through, like you entered atmosphere in just your suit. It's a miracle that you're alive. I would assume there's a bunch of radiation going on. I don't have my radiation detector with me, but the remedies are aloe vera and we're doing pranks now. What's that over there? And he slaps you on your belly and goes, "That's probably going to sting a lot."
What the
Oh
hell?
my god. Brelix.
What
You
the-
can't
what
hit
the
him while
hell?
he's down.
What the hell?
They call that a pink belly, I think.
He already had the pink belly.
That was awful. What did you do? Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That was pretty funny though, Brelix. That was good.
I am proud of myself. We are still probably in a life-threatening situation. There's a bunch of Unity troopers. We haven't. Oh no, do Unity troopers know how to do oceanography stuff? Probably. They're robots and they could learn things really quickly. We should close this and dive. We should explore. Let me take a breath. We should explore our soundings, and then figure out the best path to get back to the rendezvous point and make sure that we aren't continuing to be getting traced. Can we explore the cargo here first?
So this ship is moving already. It feels like it's moving. What are we going the right direction, or do we? I mean, I can't see anything down here.
So in the cargo bays above you, there would be sea spray, and you would feel vibrations from the engines running. You definitely are moving. The cargo bay around you is stacked. So this is a 2-story cargo bay. So this story and this story are the same floor. Most of the cargo is in pallets or wooden crates or covered in tarps. There is a very conspicuous vehicle. Hopefully you guys can see it, sitting in the front. It's just big enough to go in or out of one of the cargo bay hatches. And there are pallets next to it of what can only be described as rockets, but where the warhead would be are all these empty canisters and tables next to some of the crates, with an assortment of food and ammunition.
Can I look for the cargo bay door closer button?
Yes, absolutely. Give me a search check.
Roger.
It's an easy pass, because that is a big red button.
I would hope it's an easy pass. I got an 8.
Okay, well, you definitely find it. You find, well, with an 8, I'll say you find open and close the separate doors, and you find the lift controls that operate the internal cargo crane.
Nice. All right, everybody, I'm going to hit these and close these. Watch out your, make sure your fins and stuff are inside.
Roger.
I hit the button.
Definitely.
Okay.
Not 2 stories tall. Close it.
The massive doors up top slide shut. They make a groaning noise that suggests that they have age and perhaps need some maintenance, but they do work perfectly. And as they actually click shut, it makes a popping and a hissing noise, and your ears pop. Also, several indicator lights on the side of the doors on the pressure doors on the cargo bay, they change color.
From like red to green?
They use orange and blue. They all turn blue.
Okay.
There are also red and green lights, but they're not illuminated.
I'm way out of my element here, fellas. I've never been on even a boat before. I don't know, maritime law or anything like that. But did we just commandeer this thing? This is ours now?
That's ours, but I do know we should probably go find the people we're supposed to be keeping safe and figure out where we're going and how we're going to get there.
Okay, I'm with you. How do we open these doors?
They are relatively low tech. You turn a wheel on it and it clicks open, and you can pull it and it makes a noise. It's a big old metal door.
Lefty loosey. Look at that. All right, I'm going to go through.
So you go through the first corridor, and there's a lot of terminology here, like written on the stairs and written on the corridors that you're not super familiar with. But bridge/control center is a term that you are familiar with, and you see that on a door to your right that leads to some stairs. There are several other rooms in this hallway that are labeled as well if you want to explore further down that way.
That one says control center. I'm looking for the galley, though. Oh, my God.
Galley is upstairs.
Oh, there's a sign right there. Look at that. And a ladder up.
Okay. Oh, look at you. That'll make at least one of our members happy. Okay. So you go up. There are actual like scaffolding and stairs here, not just ladders, because it's a civilian vessel at the end of the day.
Okay.
So it's actually built for some level of creature comfort that a military vessel would not be.
Steep stairs.
Yep.
Yeah. Up the stairs we go.
So the stairs up top let you out into an access door. You're right outside of the control center. And then there's a thing that's further down that goes to a quarter that says armory, galley, quarters, armory, gallery, quarters, and a few other things.
Hello, Marco. There's the door over here. It's the control center door here.
Yeah, it could be on either side. So when you let yourself in, you've got the entirety of the staff in here. Carl is at the helm. Jill has set herself into what you assume is the captain's chair because it's the only chair that doesn't seem to do too much. It has panels, LCD panels on either armrest that seem to be giving statuses for all the other stations, but it's not like a station itself. Jasper is on the left-hand station, and his station is the only one that looks like it isn't stock. That station has a bunch of boxes and stuff that are welded to the station. They're about the size of like a lunchbox. And they have cables that are blatantly not part of it that have been run and like zip tied down, and they go down into the deck. And he's tapping on various buttons and screens there. The other civilian is at the station on the far right. Once again, she's got a actual physical book. Now, in the Traveler universe, a physical book is a rare thing, but each of these stations seems to have one. Basically, it's a D-ring hole punch with a bunch of laminated pieces of paper so that they can get wet that physically seem to be a user manual for the stations, and she's leafing through one of these as quickly as she can. Something about why can't I control F this manual? Gentlemen, Jill says, I really hope that your training includes how to operate a submarine, because I don't think any of us are really qualified for this.
I can eat a submarine.
I'd like to see that.
I can see
the sandwich.
I can see the capper snap eating a submarine.
You would eat a submarine, that's true. Nope. I have no idea what is even port or starboard. I think those are two nautical terms.
They are, you hear Carl say from the front. It's not the ones I'm really looking for right now.
What are you looking for right now?
How to dive.
I'm gonna look around for like some sort of float level, and then maybe controls next to that.
Okay. So the bridge is made of mostly computer screens, and there are terminals around that have sort of the same functions in various spots, but all of the buttons to change things seem to be attached to the three stations in the front. Also, it's very cramped in here with this many people in here. Like, you can't really move around with this many people in here.
Excuse me. Pardon me. Hold on. Sorry, Carrot. Give me a second.
Ow, that hurt. What? Oh,
Don't grab that. That's my tail. Yep, still Greek to me. I'm gonna go find the galley. Just gonna walk outside and take a deep breath.
The air is got a metal tinge to it, and it is definitely recycled.
Still just a rat in a cage.
Relix is gonna get as close to Jill as he thinks like socially comfortable. So like really, really close. And he's gonna go, what do you have on your screens? What things do we need to run a submarine? We need air to keep working, we need the propulsions to go, we need to dive, we need to know what's happening on around us. There's a lot of different things and a lot of different systems. What are the 3 systems we have in front of us right now?
So she's like, oh, well, you sound like you know what you're talking about. She hops up from the captain's chair. She's like, why don't you have a look at the screens?
Okay. I then kind of close my eyes and listen to see if I have a good connection still to Churchill.
Listen? You're not going to mentally speak to him?
Churchill, how do I drive a submarine? I got like 30 seconds.
You're going to need more than 30 seconds to learn how to drive a submarine, Bralix. Did you guys take a submarine?
Yeah, it was a very like stealthy way to get away from all of the fighting, and we're out of our suits and we're, I don't know, approximately 4 hours off of the coast. We saved one of the people, and there's a weird WAP-like Unity soldier that can look like another person, human, and then turn into a bloodthirsty piece of nightmare fuel.
Ah, yes. They're infiltrators. We haven't got a specific name for them yet, but they have been popping up. This offensive seems to be a initial deployment for them. Haven towns all over Edenfall have been hit by these things. So far, though, Drift seems to be okay. We haven't heard any distress calls from them.
That's very good news. So I'm looking at like 13 screens, and there's a lot of things to think about right now.
Yeah, I would suggest you proceed carefully because I can't magically make you able to drive a submarine.
Of course. Keep all of the refugees safe. I guess you're worried about that too.
We are currently out exo atmosphere. We are on our way to a haven that is in space, and we will be dropping off the refugees we've got on board. So we are very far away right now. Far enough away that I can't even use the Defender's sensors to recon for you.
Thanks. We've got sensors here, probably. I'll figure it out.
Be careful. And, try to get that leader to the rendezvous point they're supposed to be at. We did drop some emergency supplies and support for you to the rendezvous point and some spare pods.
Roger. And then I will kind of pop back into looking around the room and go, we need to be slow and steady. Who's on sensors? And I look at a couple of different screens trying to find which one that looks like a sensors.
Okay. So several of the repeating panels have sensors on them for various different types. But the station on the right seems to be a specialist station that has more robust, and it has what appear to be controls. The lady who's sitting at it is frantically flipping through the pages of her manual. She has no clue what she's doing, which none of these people seem to really know what they're doing. Even Carl, who kind of has the boat moving, is only using the controls that look familiar to him.
He's got a knee up and he's just going forward and backwards with the throttle. Oh, sorry. So sensors, and then Brelix is going to look around and go, Garrett, are you trained in any sensors computers?
I am. I can do that.
I believe the sensor station is over there next to that civilian. Miss Civilian, would you do you want to run sensors or do you want a Garrett who's a little bit trained?
So her name's Crystal.
Oh, sorry, Miss Crystal.
She's like, my name's Crystal, and no, I'm more than happy to not be in the way. I don't know how to spell Crystal, apparently. Best guess. Okay. So Garrett steps up to... So first off, because we just skipped a hugely important thing, Garrett's in excruciating head-to-toe pain. Any checks Garrett makes right now, like, I gotta enforce the fact that I said explicitly that he's sunburnt head to toe, and you're immediately jumping into, oh, well, he can just operate normally.
Brelix sees, I don't know if Brelix would pick up on that social cue of him, like, limbering over there.
Really, Thodub should have said something when you asked him to do the thing.
I gave him a pink belly earlier.
Yeah, for real.
He's afraid of you now.
I rule with a pink hand.
What kind of negative checks am I taking?
I'm not sure yet. We'll have to see what you're actually trying to do. I really just wanted you to RP your injury a little bit better. That's what I really want. I don't want to make your job harder. I want the effect to have happened instead of just, yeah, I got that skill on my character sheet.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go ahead and RP it then. So, yeah, I can work on this, but I'll tell you right now, there's no way I can sit in this seat right now. This is, if you haven't noticed, I'm kind of walking funny here. I'm like got this, stiff leg kind of thing happening. I've never gone through this kind of pain before. Like, for some reason, everything that like rubs on everything is just hurting.
So you're saying we should assess our situation a little bit more instead of just starting to, oh, wow, you're really sensitive. You can't, oh, man. We should explore around.
Is there like a med bay or something around here? I mean, you said something like what, aloe vera or something? Is that like a cream or something?
I believe it's derived from some kind of plant, and it's like thick and mucousy, and but we should explore around. I just wanted to make sure that we weren't getting followed by anybody, and I don't know the sensors we've got here. Carl will keep us forward. Jasper, what do you have over there? That's a cool looking console thing.
I'm pretty sure that this station has a set of torpedoes, and he's pointing to this box that's been bolted on. He's like, I think there's a set of disposable torpedo launchers, according to this handwritten scrawl. There was a dead guy in this seat when we got here. I've moved him over there. He points to the corner. There is the corpse of an unfortunate crewman who was previously occupying this station. And unfortunately got a little bit of blood on the console. But it looks like there's stations here for communications, and then the weapons systems, which are not originally part of the ship, have been bolted into this. As far as I can tell, there's a deck gun. I can't run it from here. It's got to physically be run from the deck, which means we can probably only use it on the surface.
Is there by chance a map or something of the boat in this area somewhere?
Schematics would probably be part of the engineering section. There are a couple remote engineering functions here, but that'd be you're kind of expected to know the ship before you get on board. I've not found a map. And Jill will say, I found a map, but not of the boat. I found a map of the immediate area, including the itinerary for the ship, and what it was supposed to be doing. But I don't know if that helps us in our current situation. There are signs everywhere. Like, you definitely walked right past a sign that said this way to the med bay on your way to the control center.
I must have missed that, but that's definitely the place I got to start heading to. I got to go there.
Take a buddy, make sure we're actually alone on this system. Hylar, can you escort Garrett to the medbay?
Yeah, I can do that. Come on, Garrett. We gotta go down these steps.
How did you make that communication, Barlix?
He's not.
Hylar said, I'm going to the galley, and he just walked down the hallway. You're not in your suits anymore, so there's no radios.
Oh, yeah. No, can't do that.
He's somewhere else on the ship.
Brelic says that, like, turning to expect him, but then he's gone. Then he goes, we gotta find Hylar. Is there a intercom system on the boat?
There is. Are you actually sitting in the captain's chair?
Yes.
Give me an electronics communications check.
That's an 8.
You find the button for the it's for the 1MC, but it's a ship-wide like PA system. It's not generally used for what you're about to use it for, I don't think. But it will alert everyone on the, whatever you say into it will be broadcast throughout the ship.
Can I roll a tactics roll before I just call for my friend on the ship to know that there might be somebody else and I'm being really not as tactically sound as I should be?
You don't need to roll for that.
Excellent. I know that I should not go, hey Hylar, come back on up here. So then I say, well, Garrett, is Marcus still in the room? And I search around again.
I am still here.
Marcus, can you escort Garrett to the med bay? See if you can hook him up. Or no, it'd be better. Hylar said he's going to the mess hall. Go get Hylar and send Hylar back here.
Okay. And off I go.
Okay. So
to the galley.
we find Hylar. He has found the galley. In the galley. Okay, so did Garrett followed Marcus? Is that what I'm seeing here?
Yes.
Okay,
that was the idea, right?
So you guys would, it's fine either way. I don't care. You guys find Hylar. The galley's pretty small. The ship is mainly meant to move cargo. The crew accommodations are relatively simple. Unfortunately, Hylar, the second you walked in to the galley, over top of one of the dining tables is another crewman. He's been shot through the chest, and he's slumped over a table. It's a pretty graphic scene. He was obviously in the middle of a meal, and there's blood everywhere.
The guys walk in. I'm staring at this tableau, but I've got a jar of peanut butter that I'm just eating straight out of the jar with my hand. Well, that's his guts are all over the table where I'd eat some of his food. I think it's still pretty warm. Hey, Shrimp, you want some peanut butter? Garrett, I'm calling you Shrimp because you're all pink.
Shrimp. That's that's really great. Hey, no, I don't want any. I need to go to the med bay. Where is it? Did you pass it?
Yeah. There's signs all over the place. Let's go.
Yeah. We got to go there. So clean up your fur just a little bit. That's pretty gross.
I'll wash my hands before we do anything.
So the signs to the med bay from me walking out the door would take you down to this back passageway to go downstairs. and you would end up coming out in the hallway next to the engineering section. So there's a door to this direction that leads to, and it's the roar of the engine room at this level. You're in the bowels of the ship, and it's quite loud. It is not a stealthy machine. And that's an important note to take in your head. And as you come to these doors, you will find the door that says medbay. The door, actually all the doors down here on this floor are locked.
Uh-oh. Garrett, door's locked, buddy. I can't, hold on. Nope, can't open it. You got any ideas? You want to go back up? Maybe they got control center stuff. Can open these doors.
Do the doors have like a manual lock on them, or is it electronic?
These are all physical locks.
All right, control panel. Not going to do it.
Can I look around to see if there's anything that I can use to pick these physical locks?
Oh, hold on. You do that. I'm going to run back up to the galley and check that guy's pockets.
Okay. So give me a luck roll for both of you. We'll just keep it simple.
$13.
Okay.
I got an 11.
Okay. So first off, Marcus finds a small. So there's a box with firefighting equipment, and attached next to it is a small set of tools. And it looks like they were just shoved in here. They're not really part of that kit. But they do contain stuff that he thinks he could use to pop the door open. And you're walking back to the door as Hylar gets upstairs and goes to check this guy's pockets. And as you flip him up, well, because he's leaning over the table, you can see that his name tag says that he is the engineer. And you're rifling through his pockets. And you find, amongst other things, a set of keys that are... they're a unique set of keys. So they have like card key teeth on them, but they're physical. And you also find a set of mechanics tools that basically he has a tool belt that has a bunch of shit in it.
Nice. And I swipe the peanut butter and I head back.
Yeah.
How are you coming along?
So Marcus, you would be already at work at the door. And if you want to, you can roll a dexterity deception to pick this lock.
11.
11 is a very good roll. Hylar, he's picking this lock, and as he's picking it, what are you doing? And Garrett, same question.
Oh, I'm just watching.
Okay.
I'm just watching too. Like I have my hands out, and I'm kind of like, you got those burns on your hands too, where it's like it's difficult for you to bend your fingers. So I'm kind of just blowing on my fingers and my hands.
Excellent. Marcus, Hylar, and Garrett, please roll me an athletics dexterity. Or roll me a dodge, which I think is still athletics dexterity. Yeah, it's not its own skill.
5.
5?
7.
Okay. Hylar?
I got an 8.
Okay. Hylar may jump out of the way. The door pops open, and there is a thunk noise, and Marcus is literally hit in the face with a stun grenade that then goes off, incapacitating Garrett and Marcus.
Oh, man.
Inside, you hear whirling mechanical motions, but you can't quite see into the room yet.
Gonna dive forward and shut the door.
You want to try to force the door shut? Hold on. My music just went stupid again. God damn it. This is really pissing me off. There you go. Okay. Yeah, we can say a door swings outward. I mean, it's a sliding door. It doesn't swing into the corridor. It recesses into the wall, but it does recess in the direction you're in. So if you want to, you may try to slide it shut. How would you like to accomplish that?
I'm imagining with your description, like the sliding van kind of door. Is that not what this is?
So it's more like a pocket door, but it's made of metal.
Okay. It's inside the wall.
It's inside the wall. These are not airtight hatches like you find at the end of the corridors. These seem to be less robust doors.
Okay. Sorry. I was imagining a bulkhead door.
Yeah.
All right. Now it's I just can't do it because I can't think of a way except like sticking my claws in there and trying to force the door back closed. I want to look inside and see what the whirring is. Maybe this isn't a big deal.
Okay. I mean, that is what I anticipated you would do is stick your claw in the door and try to close it. There is a graffitied load lifter droid. It seems to be it's not a load lifter, it's a protocol droid that's been modified. But it's got a makeshift mechanism in one hand that appears to have 3 tubes. You don't know what's in those tubes, but you can guess by what just happened to Marcus. And it's just got it pointed at the door, and it's standing next to a pair of low berths and some medical equipment, just kind of pointed at the door.
How long are they stunned for?
Longer than you have in combat time. It'll be a number of rounds.
Oh,
Depends on their endurance rolls.
Yeah. It normally would depend on that.
I'm closer to Marcus. I'm going to drag him out of the line of fire.
Okay. So you put your little claw out there, and you go to drag him out there, and you hear a thunk noise again, and a stun grenade impacts the far wall with enough force that it actually breaks the grenade and it doesn't detonate.
Do you need a strength roll or anything like that to get Marcus out of the way?
Nope.
All right.
We're semi-narrative.
My next option is to dive past the opening to grab Garrett.
Okay. Let's roll it again. There is another thunk, and another round hits with too much force, and the stun grenade breaks.
Make it to the other side, grab Garrett, get him further away from the door.
Okay. You hear a clattering noise and a very disturbing sound. The very disturbing sound can best be described as the sound of a small electric motor, like spinning up what you could describe as, it's like a small electrical bike motor. And it's accompanied by the kind of whirling noise you associate with power tools.
Like a saw blade? Is it coming from inside the medic bay?
Yes, it is. And yes, it does.
All right, I'm going to go back to the opening and peek my head around.
The droid has dropped the 3-barreled contraption, and in that hand is now a chainsaw.
Nope. God damn it, man.
It is not moving. It is holding position near the door so that if you were to enter, you'd basically walk into the chainsaw. It is not a particularly effective tactic, but it is a robot carrying a chainsaw.
Well, I'm going to pull my sword just to look like I'm doing something. Hey, my friend's really hurt. We just need access to the medic bay. I ain't coming to, mess with you or anything you got.
Please provide your security authorization.
I am Engineer Token, newest member of this year's submersible. Look, I got keys, and I shake the keys around the door frame. See?
Give me a deception roll.
Oh God,
Marcus,
Gentlemen,
you can wake up.
nice knowing everybody. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. It is not a great roll.
So Marcus, you are on the ground and you swim back to consciousness. And you hear Hylar saying, "I'm the here member of this crew," and shaking his Corbin Dallas multipass keys.
Yep.
In the door. What was your roll? How bad was it?
I got a 0 because I rolled a 4
shit.
-3.
All you see is a chainsaw blade lance out and Hylar jump back, and the keys he has in his hand, the chain that's holding them, just gets dissected by this chainsaw whirling blade that misses Hylar by such a small margin that he might have lost some fur.
Wow. What the hell?
This
You are an intruder. I must defend ship.
yeah, we got a problem.
Hey, we're part of the resistance, man. Just trying to get good people to safety.
You want to try to reason with it?
Yep.
Okay. So go ahead, and you are with the resistance and you are trying to help people. So that's a persuade check.
Often with deception.
Yeah, I know you wanted to use deception, but you didn't lie to him.
Yeah.
Hylar lied to him.
I am the new engineer.
I'm playing a game, Tyler, today of who can roll worse. And although you think rolling a 0 is bad, I've got a -1.
Oh, nice.
Okay. The droid steps into the hallway adjacent to where you guys are at. You've stood up here.
Fuck.
It has a chainsaw, and the only saving grace you're going to have is that it didn't realize it was walking in between the two of you and becomes momentarily disoriented. It decides to deal with this by holding the chainsaw out in front of it, turning it so that the chainsaw blades are cutting to the left and right, and starts spinning on its torso like a top at relatively high speed. There is now a spinning chainsaw wielding set of legs, and they turn to face towards Hylar and Garrett, and they don't start walking in that direction, but they're about to.
Okay, I'm gonna attack it with the sword.
Okay. You may go ahead and do that.
Bad robot. Bad. God, fuck it. I rolled a 3, man. That's not gonna hit.
It's gonna be a long night.
Yeah. Cause it's a 5 total
Okay.
without the soup.
I'm going to roll an attack for it.
Yep. I bet you will.
All right. It rolls a 6. It takes a -3. That is a 3. Oh, wait. No, it's a melee attack, so it gets a +2. So that's a -1. But it's still a 5, which is not good enough to actually cause any damage as it starts lurching one step at a time towards you. Now that you're getting close, this is a protocol droid. This is not an advanced robot. This is not a combat droid. In fact, it normally would not have combat protocols at all. It's obviously been fucked with severely to allow it to do what it's doing right now. It's not good at it.
I'm going to take my sword out and chop its legs out from underneath.
Okay. You may go ahead and roll that. Also, Garrett, you can wake up to the sound of a chainsaw buzzing like 2 feet away from your head at the end of this round.
I got a 12.
Okay, it may be the sound of a robot clattering to the ground while the chainsaw's still running. Go ahead and roll your damage.
$16 AP 10.
Oh yeah. So you cut it off at the kneecaps. It's spinning, it falls to the ground. Let me roll something real quick. That dice almost went rogue. The chainsaw smacks into the deck and shatters into a million pieces, and the machine is now flopping, and it seems to be stuck in a logic loop where it says must defend ship, and then its lights in its eyes blink to a different color, and it says protocol violation detected, and then it flips red again. It says must defend ship, and then it says protocol violation detected. It just repeats that mantra as it basically seizes back and forth. You have broken it.
Oh man, for a second there, I thought that thing was like way crazy killer robot, but no, somebody just modified it. Oh, you think it's got more grenades? I'm gonna check.
Give me a luck roll.
What the hell's going on up there? Jeez, why am I dizzy?
You are probably still in a lot of pain. I got a 6.
Okay. For a 6, it has 2 grenades on it, but they are not stun grenades.
Oh.
You find these 2 grenades in what was probably like a cloth pouch that was meant to be reloaded by a secondary party, like a person assisting it.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna pocket those. And Garrett, I gotta get Garrett in here so I can try to help his skin condition.
Okay. So you walk into the infirmary. There's not several. There's a few infirmary beds. There's basic, medical kits and stuff like that off to the right that are not pictured. To the left are 2 low berths with included auto dock. This is an unusual feature. One of the low berths is occupied, and the auto dock status reads as working patient critical condition. There's blood smeared all over the deck from the door towards the low berth, and there was blood in the hallways too, but there was so much of it was hard to tell that they actually came in here, although in hindsight it makes sense that any injured crew would try to get here.
Okay. I'm gonna look around for some medication for you, Garrett. You wanna look around too or check stuff out? You go right ahead.
Yeah, I look around. Is that just an auto dock? Does that thing? Could that thing just fix me up? Is that how that thing works? I don't have that much experience, but that kind of sounds like what looks like the sign says.
Can I roll like a medic knowledge check for that? Can that help him?
That is exactly what I was going to ask for, and you are the right person to do it. That is a great.
I rolled a 3 again. These dice.
Those dice are going to dice jail.
Again.
Well, those dice go to dice jail. Let me go ahead and pull up something real quick, and I'll send you a quick snapshot.
Garrett, we're on a submarine. I have no idea what I'm really looking at. Everything is kind of like tied in together. Yeah, it says autodoc, and autodocs are usually things that would fix you up, but like this guy in here, he's got stuff going on. I don't know. This autodoc, it usually takes a while too, just so you know.
All right. Well, if you say so, I'm gonna try and poke around through some of these little cabinets and look around and see what we can find.
All right, poke you through.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly snap you this page. One of you is going to eventually pass a medical check or find a book that will tell you what the autodoc does.
I look around to see if there's like a non-announcing circuit phone kind of thing, like some way to contact the bridge that isn't an announcing circuit.
Yes, give me a computer's communications roll.
What could go wrong? Oh, sweet. I rolled a 7, but then I added all my things and got a 3.
Okay. There are a couple things around that look like they might do that, but you're not sure. Like, there's definitely intercoms. How to operate them is beyond you. It's one of those things where you're like, man, I wish one of our computer savvy people were here to, like, help me with this. Okay. I sent the stats for a basic auto dock. There is only one of these. Sorry, there's only one of these. There are 2 low berths. That's an important distinction.
I'm reading it. All right, so I gotta pull this guy out and then put you in, and then hit these. Well, they got an order. We got to do the diagnostic first.
Isn't there a second one?
That's why
No,
I very
one?
specifically said there's only one auto dock. There are 2 cryo berths. One of them has an auto dock. So
Gotcha. Missed
a cryo berth, a low berth is a very common thing that you would all immediately recognize. None of you have ever seen an auto dock. Let's just be clear. This is a very high technology for this world. This would be the bleeding cutting edge of technology.
Yeah, before we rip that other dude out of there, who's in critical condition, maybe we try to find something other than that to help Garrett, because I mean he's still functional. Secondly, there's a lot of dead people around here, and I'm beginning to think that there's more to the dead people than just. Yeah, I think there might be more on the ship, and we should probably get
more
back
dead
up
people?
to the bridge. More dead people or more live people that are going to be bad guys.
Okay.
I think
All
we
right.
need to search the ship, but I don't think like that guy that's in critical condition is still alive, and assuming he pulls out of this, he could have useful information for us. Maybe not now, maybe later when I don't know. I don't think we should pull him out just to. No offense, Garrett, put a guy with sunburns. Although
Yeah,
very
no,
bad
that's-
sunburns.
Oh no, I get it. Does it give like some kind of I don't know, like a percentage of when he's going to be fixed up, or I had no idea what this is.
It says he's currently in a critical state. No time given, but autodocs can take a while. So let me look for some cream or something. Brellick said that there's a cream.
Yeah, get me to wrap up my hands here or something like that and kind of alleviate some of this pain. I think I should be better. At least workable.
I fucked up one world, guys. I'm sorry. That doesn't mean you have to stop talking. That means there's a bunch of shit that's going to start being really weird, and I'm working on it.
I'm still looking for some creams. It's gonna take me a while, I guess. Hold up. Oh, these are the cooling bandages. That'll be nice for you.
God damn it.
Hey guys, I'm gonna start like looking around down here on the engineering level.
Shouldn't we get Brellick's?
I don't know that we need to take Brellick's away from the bridge. Maybe we need to. Maybe we get Jasper. There's lots of babies. We should at least get a hold of them and let them know what's going on.
All right. I'm gonna find some cream for you, Garrett. Hopefully. Nope,
Yeah, I'm kind of
this
going
drawer-
through some of these drawers here too with myself, just kind of really carefully opening up drawers and looking to see what I can find.
Oh, an enema kit. You don't want one of those.
No, I don't need that.
Oh man, you need some stitches. I found
no,
the
no
thread.
stitches.
No.
No,
We could-
no. Hey, some gauze maybe. Do we find any gauze or bandages or something? Is there?
Oh yeah, these are gauzes right here on top. Like I said, I found the cooling bandages. They got some nice little cooling gels here, but still can't find any creams.
Did you
that
did you
cooling
do
stuff
your
sounds
medical
really
check?
good.
I was waiting. Sorry, let me roll this.
First aid?
No.
Nope. Okay, so that's a critical fail.
You sure you don't need stitches? Hold on. Come here.
So
Ow! What? No.
it turns out that it's commonly known on Edenfall, but Hylar hasn't really paid that close of attention because cryomorphs are generally assholes who think they run everything. That cryomorphs are severely allergic to aloe vera. So he just starts lathering this all over Garrett and even tells him, make sure you scrub it all over your private parts and everything because, you got to get all your surfaces and I'm not touching that. And so Garrett gets fully covered in aloe vera before suddenly he starts to itch everywhere it touches with an insane level of it's like you just rub poison ivy all over your body.
This doesn't feel. I think you messed up. You did something. What? Oh my
No,
gosh!
that just means that the top layer is separating. It's gonna be itchy for a while. That's totally normal. Don't worry about it.
Itchy. This is not itchy. This is like, oh my gosh! Oh.
Yeah, you see it? That's what a blister is. It's blistering now. That's healthy. It's gonna be good. All right, cool. Let's go get Brillix.
And I did snake eyes. That is the last time I medicine anybody.
I am like 3 seconds shy of ripping that dude out of that auto dock, or at least teaching myself how to do it really, really fast.
I'm sorry that my failure made you itchy, but that's hilarious. I step over this guy. Marcus, what were you doing? Sorry. I made him itchy. It's funny.
I'm just keeping an eye out right now, just like on the hallway and everything to make sure nobody's sneaking up on us, because I don't medical very well.
All right, I am scratching like crazy. Is there some type of like a chemical shower or something in this room that I can I gotta get this stuff off me?
So there would be chemical showers in here. There's the low berth, there's the auto dock, there's all sorts of different medicines. So there's like anti-itch stuff, and you are itching very powerfully. There's also painkillers and what are known as nerve blockers. So there's emergency medicine that can make you immune to pain. It also means that you won't be able to feel it if you cut your finger off.
What could go wrong?
Yeah. Right now, I am just dying. I am insanely going crazy right now. I need something. If I see something that says blocking pain.
I'm going to assume you do not have a medical check.
No.
Okay. Do you have a computer's check?
Yes.
I suggest you roll a computer's check to pull up the medical tablet and basically just Google search which one of these medications do I take for, my sunburn because I aloe vera'd myself.
Okay, so I pick up the tablet and I'm doing the weirdest looking friggin' dance you've ever seen in your life, standing there trying to balance the tablet.
Oh yeah, you can't hold still, you can't touch things, your junk is itching.
I'm rubbing against a wall. I'm like grinding on a table over here while I'm trying to do this, and I'm gonna roll. And I roll a 5.
Okay. You find, with a 5, only 2 pieces of information. First thing you find is, warning, Do not use aloe vera on cryomorphs. They are severely allergic, like poison ivy.
What the hell?
The second thing you find is, you were talking about the pain blockers thing, and you find the definition I just gave you of the pain blocker. It says, if for emergency use only, combat medication pain blocker can be, nerve blocker can be used to block pain impulses to the brain, blah, 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 blah. Cabinet, blah, looks like blah. Injected suggested dose is blah.
I'm just doing it. I drop the tablet. I look for the cabinet. I find blah located in blah. I set up blah, and I take blah.
Okay. You inject yourself with pain blocker. Give me a luck roll.
You got this.
It does.
Oh, yes. 11.
Okay, so with an 11, you successfully inject yourself with pain blocker. That lets you stabilize enough that you kind of now can tap on the tablet and see all the things that are happening. Item number 1, the come down off this drug is not great. Like, it hurts under normal circumstances. Secondly is you only have about 30 minutes of complete immunity. So you need to figure out, well, you already know you need to get the aloe vera off your skin. But you probably need to figure your situation out in the next 30 minutes or so before you start getting some feeling back, and gradually over the next 24 hours, complete feeling will come back. So,
all I know is there's like this euphoric relaxation compared to what I was experiencing before.
there is an intense relief, but you also can't feel like your whole body's numb. You can't feel your fingers.
Oh yeah, this is like I'm out of body experience here, But yeah, so I grab the tablet and I do a couple more searches. But before I do that, I want to jump in that chemical shower, and I just want to strip down and try and get this aloe vera off me.
Okay. While you're doing that, so as you're starting to do that, and Hylar and Marcus are in the hallway, the entire ship suddenly jerks. There's an incredibly loud whooshing and popping noise. Your ears pop, and it feels almost as though you're in a fast elevator going down. Braylix, up on the bridge, Carl has found the emergency dive function, and without asking, has simply pushed the big red button.
Yeah!
The ship is now in an uncontrolled dive.
What could go wrong?
Luckily, you guys closed the cargo bay doors before you left the cargo bay. Golf clap.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that was me, everybody. Just kidding.
So, Braylix, this happen like klaxons go off. You can see the depth indicator it's continually scrolling up right now. And the ship is also not staying level. It is listing dramatically, and what's worse is its tail is going down first, like it's backsliding, which is making helm control very, very difficult.
I'm holding on to the my edges. What happened, Carl? You were diving. We gotta stabilize this. Do you find the ballast? There's vents. We gotta trap. We gotta stabilize it. What do you see on your sensors?
Well, I hit the button that said dive on it. It said emergency dive on it. I probably should have read that more thoroughly, but we needed to dive, so now we've dived, and I don't know how to stop it. Also, this is probably bad. He points to a ticker that shows your rate of descent, and it's in color coded numbers, and it's already sliding to the top of the yellow towards red. Your speed of your descent. Your current depth is already 100 meters. You are plummeting.
We gotta come out of the dive. Level it off. Make the bubble level.
So, Carl's gonna fight with the helm controls to try to make the boat level. That is probably not going to stop your descent, though. Actually, what I would be correct to say is Braylix notices that while Carl is making progress towards keeping the front and the back of the ship even, The rate of descent is not slowed.
Carl, great job. Jasper, Jill, Crystal, look for like ballast tanks. Like we're taking on too much water. We're putting too much water out.
Thank you
Do I
for
see
this.
anything on my sensors?
Okay. You asked these 3 civilians to do things. I need to make some rolls. So, let's see. Crystal. Nope. Jasper. Nope. Jill. And nope. Okay, so Crystal, Jill, and Jasper are running around like slapping things. They're looking for things. They're trying to do things. They don't have access to the controls that would do this in the first place. They're running around trying to figure it out. You're sitting in the captain's chair, and the computer basically, you've in the F-16 when you're flying in DCS, you'll notice that when you do something really stupid like point your nose at the ground, it does what's known as a glass break, where it starts putting crosses over everything but the relevant panel. It doesn't block your view. It's just telling you, don't look at this right now. You need to be looking at this one. And pretty much everything except for the dive indicator panel now has that on it. And the dive indicator panel has a blinking red periphery around it on the LCD on the captain's chair. And what it's doing is it's now ticking down, and you can see on the dive panel a 3-dimensional representation of the ship, and it shows the surface of the water 100 meters up, and about 250 meters below you it shows the shelf floor.
Do I have any? Is mine are just indicator panels? I don't have any controls in my seat.
They're touch screens. You can try to do things.
I touch on the one panel that isn't like the one panel that's got the sea floor and the sea and my boat, the dive indicator panel.
Mm-hmm.
I
You
click on that and see if I got any like submenus that pop up when I click on it.
Okay. When you press that panel, it does take away the other picture-in-pictures for your other panels. And first off, it makes that one bigger, so you can see it better. But it also gives you a series of override controls from the captain's chair. These are not meant to be advanced controls. But you do see controls that are for depth control and ballast, and they have a whole bunch of words in there that you understand is relative. Like, you are smart enough to know that these things affect how the ship is diving. And you can see right now that basically what has happened is all of the tanks that should have air in them have water in them.
Yeah, is one of the buttons like slow the descent button?
Nothing is going to be spelled out like that. That's why I didn't say that.
None of those say slow to descent, but I need to put more air in the tanks that are full of water. Is there a button that says add some air to the tanks?
Go ahead and give me... This is a good time for your roll. What I would like you to do is give me an intellect, because you have no formal training in this. And a seafarer roll. It needs to be a seafarer roll.
That's a 0.
Okay. There probably is something there that says that, but unfortunately, it's not something that you recognize. We're going to shift, by the way, now back to Hylar, Marcus, and Garrett. Well, Garrett's trying to get into the shower, and the ship is plummeting, and because this is not a ship that has artificial gravity, by the way, so when it tilted like that, literally the deck beneath you shifted towards the back of the boat at like a 15-degree angle. It's just that, which is a severe angle for a boat.
Hold on. Jeez, what's going up in the control?
I know Garrett is butt naked in the shower, sliding across the floor like a hockey puck, just screaming like, "What the?"
Hylar.
I'm gonna try to get up to the control room, I guess.
You slip as the ship is on an incline, and you land on that key you found. It kind of stabs you a little bit.
Marcus, I've got these keys. What do you think they're important?
Feel like they're important. We should go to the engine room.
That's not the control room.
I concur. That's the engine room.
That's this way, right? Behind you?
Yep.
All right.
You slide that key into the bulkhead door. This is an actual airtight bulkhead door for the engineering bay or the engine room. And you slide it open, and you are met with a vast array of machinery, in the center of which is a console with a number of blinking LEDs, and like basically it's like, holy shit, bad things are happening. And there's a single seat where an engineer can run different functions from down here. The panels that are blinking are all in reference to the mixture of air and water in the ballast tanks. Right now, the ballast tanks are showing as flooded in all capital blinking red letters.
Is there a drawing or of piping that I can look at that shows me what is where, as far as like valve control to any of the ballast tanks?
Yeah, there's going to be several schematics on the screen showing you those things, and there would also be signage down here. There's also a physical book if you wanted to leaf through that, but you probably don't have time for that particular step right now.
Hylar, get to the console and see if you can get air in ballast tanks.
All right. Roll up to a console, and I'm reading the things that are on it real quick. And do I see anything that involve refilled ballast or dump tank?
Intellect, Seafarer.
No, not an investigate. Shit.
I tell you what, do your intellect Seafarer first,
Okay.
and I'll give you another route that you can use investigate on, but it'll be slower.
All right. I got a 2
Okay.
for my seafarer intellect.
2 isn't quite good enough for what you needed, although closer than you probably think it is. There is a book swinging from a chain on laminated paper. You may use investigate to try to flip through the book and find anything relevant to air and ballast tanks. Marcus, what is Marcus doing while he's doing that? That's going to take him a minute.
I'm going to look at the picture of the valve locations and whatnot, and see if I can find those valves to ballast tanks, and open the ones that provide air.
Okay. Once again, Seafarer's intellect.
What could go wrong? I need boxcars to pass.
You don't.
Yep.
You don't.
That's
You need not snake eyes though. That. Okay. All right. So bad time to roll snake eyes. You find a valve. The valve blatantly says that it's an emergency manual override from the compressed air tanks to the port ballast tanks, and you just start spinning it open.
What could go wrong?
The entire ship lists so that the port side is now facing up. Everyone on the ship slides. Everyone who isn't sitting in a seat slides out of their position, because now the wall, the starboard wall of the ship, is the floor, and the ship jerks and makes a groan that cannot be a good noise. Also, the engines are still on full. Bralix.
Are we doing a barrel roll?
Oh yeah.
What does my console say now?
I don't know that it's smart enough to say how fucked you are. you do get the impression that the boat was never intended to be driven in such a way. Right now, you're getting warnings from all of the control surfaces because they are undergoing strain. So basically, the ship's at full throttle, and the one of your two sides of your ballast tanks is just basically done an emergency blow, and the other side is fully flooded. So the entire ship has turned onto its side, and these control surfaces are not meant to be pulled against. They're basically almost being ripped off. So you've got all sorts of red lights on all your control surfaces. Carl is desperately trying to right the ship. Now, he's not doing the Hollywood pull on it and it's pulling against him thing because these are all electronic fly-by-wire controls. So he can't physically feel the amount of strain they're under. But he can now see that, like... Well, let me do a roll for Carl before I just flatly say that, because... Holy shit, Carl passed. Okay.
Go, Carl.
With Carl's information, he does not know how to drive a submarine, but he does know how to drive a boat. So he finds almost, after the fact, that he can control the pitch of the submarine now by using the rudder, because it's not in the correct orientation. And he, without being asked, pitches the nose towards the surface, trying to get the submarine to go back upward, and it starts working. Your descent stops, and you start very slowly, the depth ticker starts becoming lower. You are on your side. I need to make a couple of rolls. That's a pass. That's a fail, but just barely. That's a pass, so they're doing pretty good. Okay. So where is she? Jill loses her grip because she wasn't in the chair, and she falls and smacks her head on the bulkhead. On the side, because she lost her grip as the ship went over there. So she's kind of out cold in the corner over there. Crystal's hanging on for dear life over here. She had gotten up from her chair initially to let one of you guys look at the console. And then you told her to run around and look for things, so she was up as well, but she managed to catch herself on a bar. Jasper, who was also running around looking for the controls to right the ship, is already on the wall that is now the floor, so he just sort of leans against it. He shimmies his way towards Jill, who's now unconscious, to try to administer first aid. Braylix, what would you like to do?
I am sideways in a chair, holding on, looking at my one console that's extra big now. I looked for the add air to one canister or to the ballast to get them balanced. I'm now reading, looking for all of the emergency buttons to see if there's a auto balance button for the ballast, so we could try to get ourselves stable.
It's a very specific ask, and I'm going to give you a very specific answer. So go ahead and give me... You know what? You can just roll recon. You're just looking for a button that says auto.
That's a 10.
You do not find a button that says auto.
Awesome. Are there two sliders on the side where I could try to make them balanced?
There are many sliders, buttons, dials, and knobs on this thing.
I need to be more smart and think it through. Do I see any indicators of different pressures on both ballasts?
You do, and you don't even have to roll for that. It is the currently highlighted page. It shows 100% air, and it is also pumping still. So not only is the port ballast tank full of air, but the compressed air tanks are still pumping air into it, which is venting out of the sides. So it's emptying the compressed air tanks into the port tank right now.
I shut the valve.
Okay.
and then go to the other side of the ship and open the other valve that should be somewhat identical to it.
Sure. Give me a luck roll.
Not snake eyes.
But not a pass. Give
No.
me a climb check. That's an athletic strength. Because the other valve, you realize, is now on top of the engine room.
I got
I will give Marcus this, Ronan. He knows what to do. Doing it is a whole nother thing. So,
between
Braylix,
Ghost and I, it's gonna be a long night.
Yep.
actually, let's give Ghost a chance. He's in the room with you. He's the only person in the room with you.
Can I see him struggling and try to help?
That valve over there.
I dive for it out of the chair. That valve.
Okay,
Open it.
give me a climb check.
Oh boy. Oh, by the way, my investigation for reading the book was an 11. I
Oh,
don't know if
wait. Your investigate for reading the book was an 11. That does help.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. There is a not automatic, because there is no such thing as automatic on this, but that's part of the part of the fun.
Auto wash.
There is a slider, and there's probably an equivalent one on the bridge that Braylix, hasn't read the book yet, doesn't understand how to do it. But there's a slider where you can basically tell the compressed air to be fed through automatic valves into the other ballast tank, at least making your buoyancy correct. And you can do it from the chair you're in. You don't actually have to jump out for the other valve.
All right, with the book in my left hand, I go through step by step. All right, first, get this button here. Switch. Shit. Hold on. I hit that first, and then release. Yes, and this one. Yep, I got it.
Braylix, the two ballast tanks even out, and then suddenly Carl is able to turn the boat, and he gets it level again right before you breach the surface. Kind of like a whale or a dolphin at this speed, honestly. Like, you come up and the nose comes out of the water and then comes crashing down in like a bow wake. Still engines on full. Just trucking forward. The ship groans. There's a few little stress indicators on the hull, but nothing catastrophic has happened. You have returned to the surface and are now cruising in roughly the same direction you were before. And you are out of combat time.
Carl, how about slow us down a little bit? We don't need to be going that fast.
Sure. How fast do you want to go?
Take us at like a quarter of the speed we're in right now.
Oh, God, I want to say quarter impulse I so bad. So he pulls the throttle back to about a quarter. And it's all fly-by-wire, so it doesn't require any special things, and it doesn't require any intervention from the engine room, although Hylar can see that the helm has lowered, and the entire ship also stops shaking the way the engines were making the ship shake. It's now just a low rumble in the engine room. Marcus, you fell and bashed your head a little bit. You're not injured hit point-wise, but you are injured enough that Marcus would probably want to go put a Band-Aid on and return to the scene they're going to find in the infirmary as Garrett, covered in slippery aloe vera, got butt naked into a chemical shower. It doesn't have walls, it just has a shower curtain. As this whole endeavor has happened, he's been bounced around in here like a moon pool. So now there's blood from the floor, water, smeared aloe vera, and probably puke all over this infirmary, and Garrett's just lying buck naked in the center of the room as you open the door.
How you doing, buddy?
I look like roadkill, just laying there, just look like I got hit by a car. Yeah. What the hell happened? And, dude, I just want to sit here for a minute.
I'm gonna let you do that. Are you okay? Like, you're not like lightheaded or like?
Hey, how much time do I have left for that thing to wear off?
That whole that whole endeavor probably only took like 2 minutes.
Okay, all right, okay, yeah. So, yeah, I'm all right. I just, gosh, I got that nerve killers in me. Just gonna keep on going for a little longer. I'm gonna get up here and just try and get myself dried off and get dressed.
You should probably take another shower.
Marcus, give me a recon check. I know you're not trying to look at Garrett's, naked butt, but there's something you can notice that he does not.
Now I get a good roll. Staring at Garrett's butt, I can roll 12 on that.
The inspection.
Garrett has a bad gash on his back that's bleeding pretty badly. He obviously can't feel it. Also, his right pinky finger is at a 90-degree angle to the direction it's supposed to be facing.
Hey, Hylar, can I get you down here? And I can't. I'm gonna scream it out down the passageway for Hylar to get in here and help me with Garrett. I'm like, Garrett, don't move. Just sit right there. Don't move.
I'm all right. I'm okay. I
Nope.
feel fine.
What the hell happened in here?
Yep, I don't know that, but you should take a look at Garrett's back, and we should probably set his pinky or some medical thing. It doesn't look right, man.
I just wanted to take a show. We made my back. What's wrong with my back?
There's
the-
a spider. There's
Oh
a
my
spider
God.
on your back.
A spider? Oh, gosh,
Yep.
what the hell?
Just-
Get the spider off me.
Just stay still. Hylar's got this.
Is it a spider? Get it off!
I did get a 9. That's not bad.
Excellent. So, assuming you get Garrett to hold still, you're going to be able to auto-suture his gash closed and set his pinky into a little cast. Garrett can see his pinky broken once you point it out to him, so he'll know. He'll actually probably be a little fascinated because you feel none of that pain whatsoever.
That is the coolest looking thing ever.
All right. Raylex, no drinks. And Garrett, no drugs.
Right.
I don't know, guys. This nerve killer's gonna wear off here in a bit. I'm gonna be wanting something.
You're going to be feeling great, buddy.
All right. Well, for future use, I'm going to look for some pain meds.
And I'm gonna finish getting dressed, and I might actually finish taking a shower. Because there's some. I think I puked on some stuff around here, so I'm gonna finish that up. Just excuse me. Let me go finish doing that there, Hylar.
I got a 9 to look for some pain medication.
You find all sorts of pain medication. Are you looking for something specific, or are you just looking to get him some painkillers so that when the pain block wears off in a day, he'll not, immediately just pass out from pain?
Yes, that and filling my pockets.
Okay. I mean, there's more than will fit in your pockets. This is a fully stocked infirmary.
Good. Okay, I take the good stuff. Marcus, let's head back up to Brelix then.
Yeah.
So good news, I found the galley and the infirmary and the engine room.
Did you sweep the ship? Are we secure? Also, Jill fell and bumped her head. Can you take a look at her?
Jasper's got Jill kind of like in a cradle because the ship tilted and he doesn't know if it's going to happen again, and he has bandaged her wounds, so she's not bleeding profusely, but she is still unconscious.
I will check her out.
Garrett finishes up his shower, gets dressed, and starts making his way up to the bridge.
Okay. guys need to find a Roomba for that room.
We need to find a room for lots of these rooms.
We're just going to close the door on the infirmary and just act like, we're going to walk away with my hands in my pockets and whistle.
And your pocket's gonna hurt.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're just going to be like, didn't see anything.
Hey, Jasper, you want to come with me and we'll go search the ship while they read books and do medical things?
Yeah. Hylar's taking care of Jill. I don't mind. I'm not really all that useful here. I do have basic skills at launching spaceborne missiles that I think might help me launch these torpedoes if we've got... It looks like we only got 2, by the way, in disposable canisters on the bottom of the boat, assuming we didn't just scrape them off on the ocean floor. But yeah, we can have a look around.
Yeah, let's just,
You want to go to the deck and check out that gun?
I mean, we're on the surface.
Yeah, and we slowed down, so it shouldn't be as... It should be fine. We can totally... There's no danger in walking on the deck of a moving submarine, right?
None at all. What could go wrong?
Alternatively, we could stop. I'd still like to go a little bit, but I don't know what's behind us.
Don't stop. We're supposed to be
Okay.
going someplace. Bralix, figure out where we're supposed to be going and get us there.
Yep, I can do that. Jill had a map, a physical map.
Jill did have a physical map. It's one of the handouts that I didn't get finished before today's session. So I'll go ahead and describe the key points of it. This map shows the coastal area in the vicinity of the haven town that you were just in. It has several different stops pointed out in a route that has been planned out for this submarine. It looks like they were keeping it on physical pen and paper to keep, basically, because the synthetic Unity are, cyborgs. They keep a lot of things on pen and paper to keep them secret. They don't want to put them on a computer system that can be compromised. So their route out to different points is on this map. The first stop is a remote supply drop. The second stop is a resupply. And then there are 2 or 3 other stops that are resupply or, various other things like that. There are some points of interest dotted on the map, like supply points. Supply secret caches of materials. There's a couple of islands. There's a couple of ports that you're not familiar with. That are on the dock, and then there's a couple of red circled targets of interest, and there's a couple of data wafers that you might find scattered around the bridge that have numbers on them that correspond to those points of interest.
We gotta search. We have to search for those on the bottom side where Jill is, because they all slid to one side.
Yeah, I was just gonna give you those. We're not gonna make a big deal out of you finding them.
Yeah, I still just like oh man, where is this? And we all like everything is just on one side or the other, or just on the one side right now. I'm looking at the map. I then go, where are we? And we drove for Carl, how far did we drive and how fast were we going? And then we dove down and then we came back up and you said you were a ship or fisherman guy, or you had experience with fishing boats?
Yeah. And where we are is right here. He points to a map. He's like, it looks like when we're on the surface, our GPS works. So he points to like a screen that shows your current GPS location, and you can hold up the map and kind of correlate that.
Thanks for pointing that out, Carl. That's really nice.
Although it occurs to me, he says, as you're saying that if we can see the satellites can see us.
Fact.
Yeah, yep. And Marcus and Jasper are going up to there. We should get down sooner rather than later. We'll give them a couple minutes to look at that, and then we'll dive.
We should probably figure out how diving works first.
100% agree. I'm trying to find where we are, trying to figure out how to dive. Emergency dive is not the button to hit, and we gotta have good communications, Carl. You've been driving us away, and those are great things, and you kept the ship really steady, and I couldn't agree with all of those things more. But big red emergency dive button, you gotta at least let somebody know.
Yeah, I agree with everything you just said. I work for Jill, right?
Is she awake yet?
No.
Do you want her to be sitting here instead of me? I'm okay with that too.
I just, I don't know how to put this, Braylix, because you did come to my rescue, and I appreciate all that, and I think that the things that you're saying are correct. Is you just don't extrude the confidence that one wants from someone whose every decision means life or death. See,
okay.
that's what I mean.
But
Just saying. And he looks genuinely sympathetic, but he also looks uncomfortable with the idea that you're the one giving orders.
Okay. Do you want to switch spots then?
I don't want to be in command, but I will drive the boat until we can get ourselves figured out.
Yeah. Let me run over these dive procedures really fast. And oh man, they didn't. Oh, Control F doesn't exist here. Is there like an actual computers thing with a like simulated dive thing I could run through really quickly?
That is a very good question. Are you going to sit back in the captain's chair to do it, or do you want to go to one of the stations?
I'm going to sit down in the captain's chair.
Okay. So in order to run it as a simulation, you'll have to be at one of the stations. But if you sit at the captain's chair and look for those things, it will have searchable documents on the tablets where you can look over the procedures and read about it. But if you want to actually do it, you're going to have to go to one of the stations, put it in training mode, and then try to learn how to do it. In the meantime, Jasper and Marcus make it to the surface. Make it to the top of the boat. Garrett, did you stay on the bridge with Hylar, or did you go with them?
I stayed on the bridge.
Okay. So you may also, if you want to, look through some of these manuals. Just tell me what specific features you're looking for to kind of get familiarized with it. Or you can help with Jill. Hylar's over there doing first aid on her. And by first aid, he's trying to find the right drug to wake her up. Marcus, you guys go up the it's con tower, I think is the right term, and then you open the door and you're on the surface.
Yeah. Yes. Go take a look at this gun.
Sea is rushing by, whoosh, 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 and you guys, it's literally a plasma cannon turret. It takes a magazine. It's meant to be on a vehicle. It's got a chair, a metal chair has been welded to it, and there are manual crank arms to move it, to traverse and elevate it. And a physical iron sight has been tack welded in front of the chair to it.
This is totally a two-man job. Hey, so it looks like it takes magazines there, Jasper. We should probably find out where those are at. So in the case we need to come up here and use this.
Yeah, I've actually seen this model before. This looks like it was ripped straight off one of those Hulks. Have you ever seen those damn things? They are creepy.
No, but fun to shoot.
Fun to shoot. Have you killed one of those things? That's amazing. Our instructions for the Hulks is just run.
To each their own. We weren't exactly in a position. But yeah, I think we should have some fun with this. You want the loading or the shooting? Let's play with this first.
Yeah. Let me take a look at how this works here. Let me see. This part slides out. And the magazine in here looks like it only has a charge for 6 shots. All right. I don't see any spare magazines up here, but I think this one's full. He slides it back into place. He's like, do you want to sit in the shooter chair or you want to work the traverse?
You any good with these big guns?
I do have some skill with gunnery, yeah.
Well, then I'll be the muscle and you be the aiming.
Okay, what are we going to shoot at? There's not a lot out here.
Let's pick a thing and see how fast we can get it, but let's not waste our ammo.
Okay, so you don't want to actually shoot.
Nah.
Okay.
1, it'll probably give us away. 2, I don't want to waste our ammo, but we should at least get comfortable with each other, like moving the gun around and whatnot.
Sure. Let's assume that there's a target directly off our port side.
All right.
So give me an athletics strength check to crank these valves, or crank these movement gears. 8. So you're swinging around. It's actually pretty responsive. It's ratioed pretty good. And you find you can move the traverse and elevation relatively easily. And the find control for aiming, like there's a cone, a narrow cone in front of it where the person who's shooting can actually move it around just a little bit themselves for fine aim. So you're on target relatively quickly. And Jasper yells, "Bang, you're dead." He's like, yeah, it seems pretty straightforward. We're not going to get a great deal of range out of this thing, but, it seems to work.
All right. Let's go see if we can... Let's secure the gun here and see if we can find some extra mags if we need them as we search the rest of the ship.
Yeah, there's a couple of cabinets I saw when we came up the tower. I'll have a look in there.
Sweet.
So you guys secure the gun and start heading back down. Hylar, you've got a pocket full of pills.
And engineer's keys.
Yep.
I'm the most dangerous man on the sub.
You are.
I am also not a man. Let's see what damage I can do. Bralex, do you want some of these pills? No, just kidding. Do you want these keys? These keys look like they're engineer's keys. You might have a lot more luck with them than I did.
We're just opening rooms. I'm reading here. I hold my hands out for the keys and kind of look at them.
Not just opening rooms, buddy. I mean, like this controlled the control panel in the engine room. And I think, yeah, we should clear the ship. You should come with us.
I kind of like look up and down. I'm flipping through PDFs quickly and then go, okay. I'll take the keys and we'll walk around the ship.
And Jill is, I didn't wake her up.
That's what I thought you were going to do with your pocket full of pills.
Gotcha. Let me do a medicine check here real quick. Nope, she's still asleep. All right, come on, Bralex, let's go.
Well, with that, we'll say you give her something that she'll wake up eventually, and you call over Crystal to watch her.
I keep an eye on this one. If it's drool, it's okay. If it's foam, call me.
Okay.
Thanks. Cool. Bralex, come on. I practically drag him out of the captain's chair.
You said call you. That's going to be difficult. We don't. I found an all hands call, and but we're leaving. Okay.
Cool, excellent. Let's find Marcus. Garrett, let's go.
Alrighty, let's go. I think he was off goofing around with that gun up top.
Oh, he's up. Mhm. This way?
It's like I said, I was having trouble with the maps. There's an actual stairwell. This part isn't finished, but you guys find your ladder to go up, and you guys meet them as they are coming in from the deck gun adventure.
Hey, Brelix, did you know that conning towers usually aren't watertight?
That's. But there's a thing that makes the water not go through here, though.
There's a hatch.
Right. Yeah, there's a hatch into the conning tower. We just went up a ladder. But did you know that? Conning tower's usually full of water when we're underway.
That might help with buoyancy, but also not. Is there anything stored out here that would? I don't know anything about subs.
Look, this is pretty much the only place that you got glass windows to.
So, in this particular model, this is a sealed environment that you're in. It is the only area with glass windows.
Yeah.
It also has another level on top that you can physically climb up and be outside of the superstructure and basically on top, a very, very tippy top of the boat. And you can be up there like the liquid binoculars. There's several manual storage lockers in here. The storage lockers include things like dive suits, oxygen masks, and magazines for the deck gun. There are 3 times 6 rounds available. So there's 3 magazines of 6 in this room.
Weed.
And a bunch of dive suits too.
Yep, there's a bunch of diving equipment, basically real scuba gear in here, and of the full variety and of the emergency variety. So tiny little things that you strap on your face with a little soda can size emergency air supply, and then there's full like scuba gear and tanks in here as well.
So this is we're going to swim away from the ship after we. No, we're not going to crash it, and we're going to do good.
This room does appear, per Hylar's statement, though, even though it is got an airtight door on the outside, it does appear to be built to be flooded. Like, there's no computer panels in here.
Alex is gonna take a look out the back to see if there's like any airplanes coming after us.
Okay. Give me a recon check. Do you have any binoculars or anything?
No, I didn't bring those inside my suit. Is there a pair of binoculars in the in one of the lockers?
Give me a luck roll.
No. I rolled a 3.
Nope, there is not.
And then I rolled a 4 plus 1 for a 6 total.
It's a very pretty ocean.
I don't know if I've ever been this far away from the shore.
Considering where you grew up, that is probably fact, since being in the water in North Rio would be fatal.
Is this warmer water?
So what?
Is this warmer water?
Yes, you're in a tropical environment. You went to a haven city that was almost on the equator of the planet.
Do any of these storage lockers have golf clubs and balls?
Give me a luck roll +2.
Oh, shit. Somebody roll that for me, please.
I got you. So that's a 6 plus your modifier, A 11
One.
modifier is a 1, so that's a 7 plus 2 is a 9. There is a full set of golf clubs and a bucket of golf balls.
Oh man, Marcus, we could have so much fun.
Yeah, we could.
There's
I don't think
ammo
we
in
should.
here for that deck gun too.
Could we, like, you hit the golf ball and I can see if I can shoot it with the plasma cannon?
Oh yeah, we should try.
I was just kidding. We shouldn't do that. We should figure out where we're going. We still haven't done that yet.
Oh, I was down.
Alright.
Jasper looks all disappointed. Like he was like sitting there grabbing a magazine and just saying like, "Oh, we shouldn't." Oh, damn.
Yeah, clear the ship.
Maybe when we get done here, we should. I'm down to try this, but I feel like we should figure out where we're going first.
All right. I'll try looking around, maybe navigating. Where's the sun's position? Are we facing east?
We know where we were. There's a GPS satellite that told us our exact location.
Oh,
And
see,
we
I
have a
was
map.
there for that.
There's
Okay, cool.
There's a what telling us our exact location?
A GPS thing. I gave you a couple minutes to go play with the guns, and then Marcus or Hylar pulled me out so that we can clear the ship. I want to make
Dude.
sure that we're the only ones on the ship. Then we can run a dive simulation and then dive down, and then I think those are all the things we should do.
GPS transmits, man.
Yeah, we can also turn that off as we walk past the bridge.
You should figure out where we're going and get underwater and clear the ship. And there's lots that we need to do. I mean,
Underwater first or clear ship first?
there's enough of us. We can do both. You're the sergeant here. Like, you've given us, like, you give people orders of what to do, right?
The call guy didn't like me giving orders, but I will if that's what's yeah. Let's go down and we'll start doing a simulated dive and then a dive, and you guys keep clearing the ship. Marcus gave me these keys. They open things.
I gave you nothing.
Hylar
It's
gave me
Hylar,
these
yeah.
keys. Sorry.
That's okay.
All right, let's go back down then.
Down the hole we go.
Okay.
Has Jill woken up yet?
Yes, Jill is regaining consciousness if you're walking back into the command center.
Is that the plan, guys? I go in here and you guys clear the ship, splitting everybody up, or staying together?
You're the
Oh,
boss.
you're in charge.
He told me to clear the ship. I'm clearing.
Yeah, you three go clear the ship. I'm gonna make sure I can have comms. There should be comms to all of the rooms, right? And then I'm gonna go see if I can figure that out.
Jasper, can you go help out Bralex in the control room?
Sure. I was reading through the manual that was attached to my console. It's the communications console, so I should be able to help him use the intercoms as well as the external comms. You do know that, like, it's not about the GPS transmitting. I mean, if we're on the surface, the enemy has a ton of spy satellites. Like, we need to figure out how to get the ship below the waves.
I agree.
We should probably say something to Bralix. I think he thinks he's going to flip a switch off and we're just invisible.
I'm gonna poke my head in the control room. Hey, Hylar, you and Garrett got the ship sweeping thing, and I'll help out Bralix in control.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Hey, Bralix,
Yeah.
We need to get the submarine underwater.
Yeah, we got to run the simulations to make sure we know how to get underwater the right way.
Or we can just do it.
Okay. Do you want to go to the engineering console? Was that you who were moving the engineering things around?
Oh no, it's totally Hyler.
Okay. So
You've read the book though, right? You know what to do?
give me like 5 more minutes to read a little bit more. Then I'll be.
We have. Hey, so let me make sure I got this right there. Brelix, Carl's driving the ship.
Carl's an
Jasper's-
excellent driver.
Jasper's on comms and weapons. What's this other console the Crystal's at?
I believe it's sensors. Crystal, how far have you read in your books? What does your station say?
She just swivels around. She's like, when I haven't been patching people together, running around the bridge looking for magical buttons that make the ship right itself, she gives Brelix a pointed look. I have discovered that we have a basic suite of radar, sonar, and a depth finder that, as far as I can tell, works by fucking magic. She shrugs.
At this moment, PFM, but it works, right?
It does appear to work. When we were careening towards the ocean floor, it showed me where the ocean floor was and how deep we were from the surface.
I mean, I'm down with PFM if you are. PFM, I mean pure effing magic.
Yeah, we got it. I still haven't sussed out what half this panel does, though.
But you do know how this. You figured out sonar and depth control?
Yes. And I think that when you guys were downstairs playing with the ballast tanks, some of these gauges were changing, but I haven't gotten to that stage in the book yet.
Well, I'm going to leave sensors. Is at her station and does sensor things. But let her read her book.
Yep. Jill? No, me? Okay. Jill, can you find a safe space? Your head looks a little bit hurt.
I wouldn't mind laying down for a minute, but I don't know if there's a safe space on the boat. I wouldn't know where to go. I'm really confused, actually. Where are we?
Yep. You keep sitting right there. You'll catch up in a second. You're doing great.
Would be nice to lay down.
Yeah.
So we switch over to Hylar and Garrett. Do you guys take the keys with you, or did you leave them with Brelix?
I think I still have them.
Okay. I'm down for whichever. Which way do you go first?
I'm gonna start clearing rooms one by one. This is the first one. The
Okay.
beds, bunks, barracks.
First room you open is the crew quarters for the standard crew. There are 4 bunks in here. They are littered with the personal effects of the former crew. It's pretty small and compact. Pretty efficient. There's a head in here. And a real shower.
Oh my god, who just leaves a head in here? It was a joke, Garrett. Jeez.
I was gonna say gross, man. Oh,
All right, this one's clear. I don't see any bodies or anything. We're gonna move on to the next door.
Okay.
so off to the right.
So the next one to the right is the captain's quarters, and it is a much nicer set of quarters. Basically, it's the same size as the other quarters, but it's only for one person. It includes a desk and a small locker and a full bathroom.
All right, I'm gonna check in here. If you want to check the other room, let's just look for some stuff that might be useful.
All right, I'll go back and we'll check out the other bunks.
Cool. Are you looking for something specific, or do you want random?
Is there a captain's foot locker?
There is a locker. Well, there's 2 lockers in here. There's a foot locker at the foot of the bed, and then there is also a locker against the wall.
Like closer to the computer?
Yeah.
I'll check that one first.
Okay. This one
And,
has an electronic lock on it and is built of a pretty sturdy set of steel.
Fiddling with my keys. Does anything look like it matches at all?
No. And even if it did, you have the chief engineer's keys.
Yep, I'm starting to realize these keys probably not helpful.
Yeah, they open
All
these
right.
doors.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I meant in here.
I'll check the other locker. Is it locked?
No, it's not.
I'll pop that one.
You give me a just a luck roll. And Garrett, are you looking for anything specific? I'll do it both at the same time.
Nothing specific, just kind of rummaging around to see what I can find.
Give me a luck roll as well. Hylar, what's your result?
I got a 7.
There are clothes and effects for the captain, who is obviously female. And there are some personal mementos, pictures, a couple journals, things like that.
Is there a really cool captain's hat? I'm gonna put it on.
Okay. There are a couple of different captain's hats of various styles. So I'm assuming that you just pick one you like and put it on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look in the mirror. This is good with the tie, but I don't have the tie right now. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get this hat back.
Give me a recon check, Hylar. Garrett, what was your luck score?
Luck was 13.
13. That is a good one. Okay. You find a whole bunch of booty.
Booty. Arr.
It's not going to let me grab it. There you go. So here are the things that you find tucked away in the various bunks that it would be useful. I mean, there's obviously still the array of junk and personal gear, and there's probably some contraband and stuff in there, but you were specifically looking for useful items, and this is what you find.
Oh, yeah, we're going to snag all this stuff and just take it back for the rest of the group.
Yeah.
I got a 5 on my recon.
Okay. 5's not good enough to make the connection.
All right, I'm gonna leave this room. Relics like this room, maybe if we're staying here for a while. Is there an armory door that I'm missing?
No, like I said, map isn't complete.
Okay.
But there's actually there's two doors here. There's two different rooms.
Gotcha.
The first door says armory.
You find anything,
Oh.
Garrett?
I did. I found a bunch of cool stuff. I got it strapped to my back and in my pockets. I got some kind of weird gun, environmental suit, and
His arms would be overloaded with stuff.
I got all kinds of crap here,
Yeah,
man.
like the weight of
Oh,
all
good.
this would be significant. They would also be like the crunch gun and the environmental suit are so bulky. I mean, the cutlass isn't exactly tiny, so you would be able to see most of this in his
I
arms.
got strapped all over the place here.
Garrett, I see that your hands are full. Can you open your mouth for me, please? Say ah.
Ah.
I throw 2 pills in there.
You gotta warn me next time. What was that?
That,
Time release. You'll thank me later.
that's what I was about to say.
I gotta step away. I'll be right back.
Like looking at my watch. Yeah, you'll thank me in a couple of hours.
All right, I'm gonna set the stuff down here on the side here so we can go into the armory and see what we got there.
Okay.
Alrighty.
That key does not open the armory.
But
Damn.
The chief engineer would not have access to the primary source of weaponry on the boat.
Did you find anything in the captain's quarters over there that had maybe could
the
get us in this
Swede
thing?
hat.
Oh wow, that'll get us in the armory, all right. But yeah, definitely that will look good with your tie once you get your tie back on.
I know. It's nice and colorful.
Anyway, yeah, these keys open doors, but not that door. What's this door?
So that door would open, and inside there would be banks of computers and server equipment and infrastructure, basically the electronics heart of the ship.
Oh, I found the switch room.
This looks pretty cool in here. This is a. If we have to, I don't know, either let Brelix know about this or keep him away from it. One of the two.
It's kind of cool in here. I like this. Oh, it's nice and air conditioned.
Oh, that feels so much better. Oh gosh.
The air still smells like metal, though, like an ozone. You smell that?
Yeah, I could smell the breeze. Yeah.
All right, so still no people, though. All right, let's check out more. Well, yeah, we will have to tell Marcus and Prelix about that room.
Nope, that's the wrong deck. Let's go right here. Okay. A search of these back rooms gives you more chambers and more infrastructure for the ship. There's a it opens all of these rooms, but it is the mess hall. It is it's the galley. It's not a mess hall because we're on a boat. And it's the conference rooms. It's a briefing room. But there are no baddies in any of these.
We lucky enough to find any keys that might open the armory?
Well, the key that you have in your hand came from the galley.
And that's the one that got us in the med bay, right?
Yeah, the chief engineer's key seems to open most of the doors. The chief engineer is the third in command. With that said, you notice there's only 4 bunks in the crew room, and then there's captain's quarters. The entire crew of this boat is 5.
That's pretty odd for a sub, isn't it, to have a crew of 5 people? Really?
In the Traveler universe, no, this is completely normal. It's a cargo boat. This is not a warship.
I wish I knew more about boats. You know, I've never seen one of these things before.
All right. As other than Mr. Engineer in the galley, no bodies, right?
Let's see. There was a body in the bridge. There's a body in the galley. There is a person in the low berth / auto dock that you guys have not done any investigation for whatsoever. That's 3. There was a body in the cargo bay. And you're still missing one.
All right. I'm going to keep looking. I think we cleared this deck, though.
So what, we're going to go down a deck?
Yeah. All right, this is the engine room. It's pretty loud in here. It's where the ballast tanks are, though, as far as I can see, or at least the air compressors for them. We've been down here. This is medical.
Yeah, don't go in there. It's a mess. It's not good. Well, we got to check out that body in the low berth, right? I mean,
Oh, it's in the auto dock. Way
yeah, the
different
auto
than the
dock,
low
yeah.
berth.
Yeah.
All right, and then what do we have? What's this door say opposite of medbay?
Automations.
All right. This one says automation. So you want to check out the auto dock person, or you want to go in here?
Let's go check out the auto dock guy, and then we'll go in the automations room. Check and see if your key works in there too. Hopefully your key will work.
Well, let's check auto doc guy first. I don't want to open a door and then just walk away.
Okay. So this time you're going to do more than just glance at the panel then.
Yes.
Okay.
With a medicine roll, I want to check the patient out. Who is this person? Oh boy. I got a 9.
If that was an investigate roll, what would your roll be?
Is investigate an education or intellect?
It can be
It's
either
8, I
or
think.
depending on the situation. Intellect is the preferred.
Yeah, so it's an 8 with an intellect.
Okay, so that's a pass either way. First off, this person has been shot but is alive, and the auto doc is doing everything it can to keep this person alive. Estimates that if the trend continues, they will be out of critical condition in about 48 hours and probably revivable within 2 weeks, unless there's medical intervention. If anything goes wrong, it is set to automatically initiate stasis, so it will try to preserve the life of the person until a real doctor can arrive. The investigate role is to pull up the personnel file. This is Captain Anja. This is the captain of the ship. It's not a man, it's a woman. And I don't know that a ton of personal information will be available beyond that, other than captain of the ship. It has a list of crew manifests beneath them. Everyone's listed as deceased, the other 4 crew members. And it has a few legal charter things about the ship attached to her command. She's been in command and / owned because she is the owner and captain of the vessel. And it's been in her possession for the past 5 years. That predates invasion.
I think I found the captain here, Garrett.
Oh well, yeah. Well, oh man, that's who she is. Well, hey, does she have any clothes around here or something like that? I'm sure she didn't go into the auto dock with her keys and her clothes and stuff. I mean, maybe we can look through her personal things here.
Give it a check, man. I didn't see anything, but I was looking around for medical supplies earlier.
That is an incorrect assumption on Garrett's part, but you were thrown into the auto dock in whatever condition you were in, and in this case by a robot. The auto dock just cuts the clothes off. But Garrett doesn't know that, so go ahead and do your check.
And what is we doing? A recon? Investigate?
Yeah, you just do a recon. That's what you're searching around for.
Okay. We have a 5.
Okay, well, you don't find anything you didn't find earlier.
All right, let's move on. We can tell everybody what we find. Let's go across the hall here and try my key on the door.
Okay, that your key does open the automation's door. And what ends up happening is you open up this door, and on the aft end of the chamber, there is a docking station that contains another protocol droid, and there's an empty bay next to him where there were 2 protocol droids. On the fore part of the automations compartment, there are racks of small spherical probes that are the size of basketballs. And there are just several racks of these things. They've got, if you examine them closely, they've got small little manipulator arms, spindly manipulator arms that can be extended out, and a number of different types of sensors. And they've got directional thrusters that look like they would work in water.
Yeah, we're gonna close this door back up. We're gonna have to tell everybody about these things. Unless you want to get probed, I'll send you in there if you want to get that.
Yeah, that's okay. No probing here. So yeah, let's move on down the hallway here.
Got creepy little arms. Did you see that?
That's pretty scary.
So these 2 rooms say fabrication and utility storage.
We're gonna check out utility storage first.
Okay, your
All
key opens that, and I've got one little box in here that is just the contents of the room. But when you open up, there's just racks of like spare parts, gear, repair equipment, tools, everything that you would need to maintain the ship.
All right. No bodies, though.
No bodies.
I check the other room.
Okay.
Does my key work on it?
You open the fabricator room. Your key does also work on this room. Inside is a low TL fabricator. It can print basic metal parts. And then in a electronics workbench that is for putting together, like by hand, making electronics components.
Okay. Oh, you know what? Prelix is really going to like that. He's going to try to make some stuff. You watch.
The
All right.
two forward bays here are empty. They are obviously built, they're expansion bays that could have extra things installed in them. But basically, it's a blank room with power and life support run to it, but nothing in it.
Hey, Garrett, are you good at math?
I could try. I a little bit. I mean, I can scribble some stuff down and see what we can do. What do you need math for?
Start with your thumb. We got captain. Then we got
Okay.
galley engineer. That's your index finger there,
Okay, that's 2.
right? We got the body that was in the control room. 3,
Okay, 3.
right? And then we had a 4th body,
Cargo bay.
cargo bay.
Okay, 4. Hey, yeah, can I use my pinky finger? It's already kind of fully extended, so I can count that as 4, right?
Yeah, okay. But either way, you've got one finger that's still down. We are missing a
Yep.
body.
Did we look everywhere?
You haven't crawled through the utility ducts or been in the forward nose cone. You haven't accounted for a really obvious answer of why they might not be here. And the engineering space is really complicated as well.
Okay, so
you,
there's still
know
more to
what?
look.
You know what? I maybe they ate him. You know, maybe I don't know.
No, we went in the galley. They got tons of peanut butter.
Oh, they got okay. All right, okay. I was just wondering. I just
No.
maybe they wanted meat or something. You can't
All
live
right.
on peanut butter alone.
Well, I'm thinking about this now. Everybody had been shot. One crew member missing now. I bet you that missing crew member shot everybody and then left.
Yeah, there's a
What do you
thought.
think? I could be Sherlock Holmes.
That means that he took the gun. That's man, and the
All right.
key.
Let's check out the body in the cargo bay. Where was that guy?
So he was, you guys would have moved him, but we'll just say he's underneath this tarp now. You pulled part of the tarp down so you could cover up his body and give him a little respect. He's been shot several times at close range with the same type of ammunition that you would recognize that is used by the Unity.
Any rank insignia on this guy?
He's just a regular crewman. You want to search his pockets?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, you go ahead and stick your fingers in there.
Give me a recon check.
Seven.
There was definitely an ID and a wallet on him, but bullets went through it, so you can't read it, and it's pretty messed up. He's actually kind of gross.
Yeah, it's a good thing I can't feel anything here, but yeah, okay. Yeah, I couldn't find anything. Just got he's pretty messed up still.
Oh,
Some kind of bullet went through.
also, that truck has slid all the way to one side, and a lot of these cargo crates have come loose and are like littered around the place because the boat listed. So,
All right, let's meet back up with Brelix. But he's been up to a lot of things while we've been cruising around.
what
Yeah, I'm gonna
has
stop out in that cargo area real quick and check that locker there, that utility storage area too, on the way back.
didn't you guys already explore that?
We did. We just didn't get a chance to actually go through the locker, the storage thing. Or should we just start randomly grabbing stuff?
I
You-
only have two hands, man.
you-
It's not going anywhere.
I was about to say, first off, that is a video game thing. You would not just take things out of the utility room. Like, you don't need them in your pockets. You just need to know where they're at.
Brelix.
Brelix, while they were walking around, has run through a like theoretical dive. He thinks you gotta make sure the boat is ready, make sure the boat is sealed.
Can we back up a step? Can you say this is what I would like to do, and this is what Brelix has attempted to do, rather than jump to the end of the sentence?
Brelix would like to, in the time that they were gone, have run through a simulation of successfully diving the boat in a controlled fashion.
Okay. Who does he want running the controls for each part of that operation? Is he just trying to do it himself?
No, he wants Carl to be driving. He wants Jasper on the comms, and we're out. There needs to be somebody in engineering. I guess that could be Marcus. I don't know if Marcus is back.
Yeah, I'm here.
And Crystal will run the sensors.
Okay, so you're going to have all of them do a simulation at the same time.
That's a bad plan.
That's a bad plan, no. He's going to run a simulation with Marcus in engineering to work on that section one at a time.
Okay.
Starting with Marcus.
So while you're down, you sent Marcus down to the engineering bay by himself, because you totally know that the boat's clear and you don't have to worry about anyone being jumped by themselves. And you're going to go ahead and give me a roll for intellect. Seafarer.
8 minus 3 is a 5.
Okay. And Marcus is going to do the same thing, but Marcus is going to roll engineering power plant. Probably a difference that makes no difference.
Horrible. 0.
Okay. So the simulation, as it probably would if, this were reality, your first time running through a die-hard, hardcore simulation with no training or background and how to do everything, turns into a only amusing because it's not real show of you careening into things while trying to dive the boat.
Every failure is just a learning experience. We gotta try that again.
Okay. By the time you get to the end of the simulation, Hylar and Garrett have gotten back to the control center.
We're about to start another simulation. We gotta get this boat underwater as quickly as possible. Is she safe?
Yeah, we're I count 4 dead crew. Well, 3 dead crew members. Captain is in an auto dock getting revived after being shot. There was an engineer in the galley. He'd been shot. The guy in the cargo bay had been shot. And then the guy here, and where did he go? I was checking to see if he got shot. Anyway, all wounds consistent with Unity weapons we've seen before. Cannot find the last crew member. I am speculating that last crew member had something to do with the deaths of everybody else. So I'm going to watch your dive, unless you need some help.
You've opened all of the rooms?
Ben, I think.
Except the armory.
Oh yeah, except the armory. Couldn't get that room open.
And you've looked through the vents. They're smaller beings. You
want me to go through the vents?
I
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, Captain. I look at Carl. You're absolutely right, Captain. I'll be in the vents. I crisply salute and then do an about face and step back out. Where are the fucking vents? God damn, I'm going to find a fucking screwdriver, pop a vent open.
Damn, didn't even check on his patients or check the pockets of the dead guy.
I was told to look at vents.
Yeah, that's what you're doing.
Or don't forget,
Nope, that's what micromanagement gets you, Brelix.
You're hurting him. Oh no, another simulation.
So who's doing the simulation this time? Are you doing it with Marcus again? Or are you designating another station to try the simulation? Your decisions do matter. It's not arbitrary.
I'll take my deep breath again. I'll look around at everybody and I'll go, we need the engineer and the ballasts to be right. Are you all in appropriate locations? Everybody's been studied in the right spots?
I thought you were going to run them through one at a time. Are you now going to run them through multiple at a time?
No, we got to do all of them. That's probably the smarter thing. Marcus, we'll see if we can learn from our past mistakes in the future. I'm now going to run over to comms. Not to comms, to sensors. Sensors with Crystal.
Okay.
Simulated dive with her.
Okay, the sensor station training for running it is simply a matter of reporting back a simulated dive. Basically, it's reporting back information. So it pretends the boat is diving and gives her feedback. What I need from you is we're going to switch it up a little bit. I need a leadership check from Bralix. And this is to see if he can start acting like the confident leader he's trying to pretend to be.
Rolled a 5. I've got a 0 and a 0 for a 5.
Okay, so he's still struggling. Crystal, on the other hand, is an expert sensors operator. And she very quickly reports back like all the information back correctly for reading the station's info, and then she discovers as she's going through that she can actually control remotely some engineering things, and figures out that it's also the engineering station. It's sensors and engineering, so she can actually adjust the ballast if she wants to from here. As soon as she starts doing that, the simulation goes a little cattywampus, and it's not a complete failure like the last one was, but once she goes from reporting back sensors to actually trying to control the boat, that becomes a problem.
Great job, Crystal. Now on to you, Carl. We're going to run a simulated dive. You performed admirably during our last actual emergency dive. This should go well.
Do your leadership check.
That's an 8.
Okay, that's a pass. All right. So his isn't a success, but it isn't nearly the catastrophe it was last time. He manages to do the part of the dive where the boat goes underwater, and he manages to maneuver underwater with no obstacles. But as soon as the simulation starts putting things in his path, he misinterprets what's going on, and he basically scrapes the boat against a imaginary coral reef before having to emergency surface. It's a near miss. That's a 7.
That's very promising, Carl. You're doing a great job. Then I swivel my chair and Specialist
Hey,
Jasper.
Braylix, acting captain, sir, Crystal says, we have multiple sensor contacts approaching.
And
it's not a
simulation, Jasper.
It's not a simulation. Yeah, this isn't a simulation. These are real. I got 3 surface vessels that are directly heading towards us. Intercept. And then I've got a couple of aircraft that are coming up over the horizon, also directly heading towards us.
This is not a drill. We need to dive. Prepare the ship for dive.
How do we do that?
Make sure all of our things say green for sealed. Make sure the ballasts are ready to take water, and let's run it. Make sure everybody's strapped in.
So, pick a crew member, turns around and says, the green lights are not on, and we're pretty sure the blue lights mean sealed. Didn't we go over that when we came in through the cargo bay?
Yeah.
Make sure we're sealed with the blue lights, and are all blue lights sealed?
Okay, so that's an engineering question. Crystal reports back. It looks like we're good across the board. All of the blue indicators are on this Christmas tree panel, assuming this means what I think it means.
Good report. You've got depth control. Is there water underneath of us that we can go down? How deep can we go?
I don't actually have depth control. I can manually use the ballast. I can do engineering functions. The helm and the nav console control the movement of the boat.
That's to you, Carl. We've got water underneath of us. How much water can we go down?
That's a sensors question.
Spin one more.
You asked the 2 opposite people the questions. But that's fine. You eventually mumble your way through this thing so that we don't sit here and do this for another 10 minutes. You have not instilled a great amount of confidence in the crew. I'll go ahead and point that out. But they want to live, and there's bad guys coming. So Carl manages to start very slowly submerging the ship properly. He is being very careful about it. The ship is moving at a quarter of its available speed. It is now about 20 feet below the surface, which is not much. And Crystal is reporting that the depth here is 375 meters and dropping. You're coming off of the shelf.
Keep taking us down, Carl. Negative bubble.
Okay, so he's going to push the... No, I'm not going to do that.
Negative bubble,
Damn it, isn't Marcus helping you? He knows how to run these things, right?
Nope.
He's
I've never been on a submarine.
he's making a he's making a sandwich, and by making a sandwich, I mean he's eating the can of Spam with the can.
Nice.
Yeah. There's not much I can help except let it happen.
It's going great. Nobody's died yet.
Not yet. I mean, we're trying.
So the tension builds as you're going down. You said you want to keep diving. What rate of dive would you like to set?
Dive at negative 10%.
Negative 10%.
Oh my god. Carl looks back. How many meters per minute would you like the boat to descend?
I would,
I'm gonna push Braylix out of the way. Carl, make your depth 100 meters.
Aye, aye. And he pushes down the depth, and so you start descending to 100 meters. You guys are now dropping below the depth at which it is simple and easy for a surface vessel or non-super technical aircraft to detect the ship. However, it is a cargo submarine. It is not super stealthy. You are moving slow enough that you're not going to be generating a ton of wake. But there is still this concept to keep in mind that you are not actually a warship. As you start sneakily, descending, you get to 100 meters. The sensors, Crystal comes back and she's like, we're on passive sensors. I can hear the screws of 3 vessels approaching at high speed, and I get the faint echoes from the aircraft that are circling overhead of our last known position.
Can we, Jill, do you remember where you're at?
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better. We're on board Anja's submarine. We were using it to escape the Unity. Yes, I know where we're at. Sounds like we're being followed.
Yes. Do your charts that you have are they nautical charts or are they maps?
I have a hand-drawn map that there should be nautical charts available in the navigation consoles of either the navigation station or the captain's chair, but I have a hand-drawn map of our strategic assets and missions.
Okay, need nautical charts at the moment.
Do you sit in the chair?
Yeah, I'll sit in the captain's chair.
Oh, poor Brelix. You sit in the chair. It feels natural for some reason. And the nautical charts are available, as is pretty much the entirety of the info systems on the boat, are at your fingertips.
First thing I'm going to look for is the depth of the water where we are located.
Okay, informationally, you can pull that up. Now, for just looking at information, you may make a recon check. 10. Okay. Well, you do find the charts. I don't know if you have the navigation skill, but so you can look at the chart and you can see vaguely where we're at. There is a little indicator, since you rolled a 10, that basically says that the system is on its own version of INS right now. So it last tagged a GPS connection at a certain point, and the further you get from that point, the more drift the more uncertainty of your position is brought in until you can reconfirm your position. Right now, it's pretty accurate to know where you are at. What do you want to do next?
Carl? So, what is the depth of where we're at?
We're trying to hold it at 100 meters. It's
Sorry, I misspoke. The chart. What does the chart say? The depth of the ship is?
The depth, if we continue moving in this direction, we're currently at 375 meters to the sea floor, but that is dropping. Once another 5 minutes, and we'll have the sea floor below our crush depth.
Awesome. Can you engineering Crystal? hand sensors. Can you passively listen for objects on the seafloor underneath us? As we descend, Carl, make your depth 200 meters.
Okay. Let me roll for her. Let me roll for him. Okay. Carl begins diving the boat again. Give me a leadership check.
Here we go. Oh. Leadership is social, right?
It is social, yes.
Almost passed that. 7.
Well, for this case, you did pass it because it's an easy check. So you only needed a 4.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So basically, it's just to see whether or not the crew has faith in you. This crew is not meant to do this. They are barely scraping by on really good rolls, and they are failing with rolls that should normally pass. So this is not a competent group. So there's a pretty low bar for the person sitting in the chair. So you've gotten to this point. You will notice that you said 200 meters for depth.
Yep.
200 comes and goes and eventually levels off at about 250.
Keep her steady, Carl.
He's sweating bullets. Doing my best.
Yep. Nope.
There's something on there's like splashing noises. You hear Crystal say.
From above us?
I think so.
They're probably dropping things on us that are probably explosive. We should brace for impact.
Brace for impact, they say really nervously.
Hold on to something.
There's then a screech. You can actually hear it reverberate through the hull. Crystal has to take her headset off temporarily as a ping, for lack of a better sound, reverberates off the hull. I think it's some kind of sensor.
Ralex, get in the book and tell me what screechy whole thing means.
Yep. I start flipping through for what a screech on the edge of the hull.
You can actually use tactics for this roll.
That's an 11.
Got to see it to shoot it. It's a aggressive sonar lidar ping. So like you're comparing what you think the wave of it is with the options in the book, and it is a high TL targeting system that was used by your own federal government to hunt down smuggler submersibles, which, for better or worse, this boat represents.
It's probably a high tech sonar lidar system.
That's no fun. How comfortable are you with going deeper, Carl?
I'll do what I can. Maybe one of you could help me. There's a lot of buttons.
Alex, get up there and help him.
Okay. And I slide right beside him.
Okay.
Your depth 300 meters.
300?
300.
All right. So he hits the button. I'm assuming you're giving a boost dice. Braylix, how are you helping him?
He's got navigations. I am monitoring all the systems, telling him how far, like using the map to go. Like, hey, you've got plenty more space down here. You're not going to hit the bottom.
Okay, to be clear, he's helming the ship. Navigation is a different function. Do you have navigation as a skill?
I do.
Then would you like to task chain by using your navigation skill and those charts that Marcus found to tell him where it is safe to go different depths and such?
100% yes. That's a 12.
Okay. That's good because he would have failed it without that. So it makes it 300 meters. And the pings lessen in intensity significantly, but there's still about every 10 to 15 seconds. There's another screech off the hull. It's decreased in volume by about half.
Relix, are we past the point of the shelf?
Just a second. Let me. Have we made it that far?
You can either use your navigation charts, or you can try to slide over to the sensor station and use the sensors, whichever is better for Braylix. You are between the two stations now, so you can use either of these.
Yep, I'm gonna keep using those navigation charts. I rolled a 5 plus 3 is an 8.
There you go. Yeah. So at this point, the shelf has dropped off. And the sensors know that the floor is down there somewhere, but it is well past your crush depth of 1,800 meters.
I'll make a depth 400 meters.
And I'm going to go ahead and take your last roll, and we're going to go ahead and he keeps going down. Once again, the sound of the pings diminish significantly. But Crystal says, now the boats are right on top of us.
Jasper, you figured out how to use those two torpedoes we have?
I have a pretty good idea on how to use the torpedoes, but we only have the 2.
Crystal, you said they're right on top of us?
They are circling directly overhead. I don't hear any additional splashing.
Okay. Everybody get comfortable.
To Hylar in a tiny fucking utility.
You have no fucking clue what's going on.
Yeah, no clue.
You can hear the sounds off the hull, though, and they'd be really loud because you're actually in those vents. You're between the main compartments and the hull. So
Great.
it's really loud where you're at.
So it just slams right next to me outside.
Cat ears, too.
Yeah, that's awful. Wow! Fucking God. I'm just cussing. It's like I'm in that tube again, coming through the atmosphere, only this time I'll get crushed instantly. Explosive decompression. It's not good for your body. I'm singing to myself as I'm worming my way through. Do I find any bodies in here?
Go ahead and give me a recon check.
Management always making up stupid things for people to do. It's always the bottom of the barrel. Oh yeah, that's if it's recon, it's a 13.
You find the chief of security at the back of one of the pipes. There are 2 dead Unity troopers that have been shotgunned in the face that are in the pipe before you get to him.
Holy shit, bro. Going out with a bang. Well, that completely throws my my theory out of the water, I thought it was one of the crew members, but nope, you're right here. You're right here. That's a nice shotgun. I'm gonna reach over and grab that.
Okay. I've got one of those to get you.
Might as well go through this guy's pockets too. That's how I'd go out, man. Swinging.
Give me. Oh, you already rolled. What did you roll? You got a 12?
Yeah, the recon was a somewhere around in there. 12, I think.
13.
Thank you, Kizik. It was the 13.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not code that one. Gotta get another one. Okay. You pull these effects off of the Chief of Security. Off of the Unity Trooper, you pull something. So one of their weapons is completely destroyed, but the other weapon.
God, man.
Are we?
Just gonna blow a hole in the side of the hull, and that's it. I'll make sure Garrett doesn't get that. All right, I'm gonna make a litter out of like clothing, little sled thing, and try to get it back out of the utility vents.
As you are sliding your way back out, the hull starts going.
That's not a good noise, not at all. Man, all right, you know that scene in Indiana Jones where the two things are coming together vertically, and he's like sliding? Oh no, it's the Mummy.
Yeah, but yes, also we know
Yes.
that.
Yeah, I'm trying to worm my way out of here even faster.
The hull's not actually moving like that, but in your mind it is.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm a big fraidy cat. I want to go back to the control center.
Okay.
Everybody, there's good news and bad news. Good news, I found the missing crew member. Bad news, you guys can't steer for shit, and there's things falling on us.
And the louder you are, the better chance they have of hitting us.
Oops, sorry. I'll be quiet.
But thank you. How was the little tiny spaces?
Not good. Next time we should send Brelix.
What? The tiny guy?
Yeah, that would make sense, right? Instead of him managing it down.
I mean, he's the sergeant.
Yeah, it's gone to his head.
I was just trying to, and then the sensors and there's the things there. What did you say was in the vents?
Well, 2 Unity troopers, as well as the head of security here on the ship. We went out swinging, guns blazing. I gotta hand it to them. The Unity guys seem a little unhinged, though. They were shooting Gauss rifles in a submarine.
It was on the surface at the time. Ooh, you rolled a 12 on your perception, didn't you?
I did.
One of their helmets was missing.
That was my next question.
Oh, no.
Well, go ahead and ask it then. Let's RP it.
So you said the Unity soldiers were there. Did you see both of their helmets that were split in half?
No, there was only just the one. The other one was missing. Oh, no. What does that mean?
Means we got a spider guy in the ship.
I'm not going back in the vents. Brelix, you can go in the vents, right?
I can be small in them. Yes, I can't. Okay.
Oh wait, can I remember the sound that I heard? Was that creaking hull or was that skittering?
Go ahead and give me a luck roll.
No.
Girls totally suck.
God damn, dude. I'm just done with rolling tonight.
It actually makes it hard on the GM too, because you expect your players to pass a certain percentage of their rolls.
Failing forward.
And that
So,
percentage is 2.
I'm gonna say because you failed it, that now that you're listening to the hull, that you recognize that it's not the same creaking noise, but to what it's even more disturbing is it sounded almost as though it was digging.
Okay.
Because your perception was really high. It's your luck roll you failed. So if it were, say, hypothetically trying to claw its way out from the position that it was in.
Hey, Brelix, math-wise, is it pretty much instantaneous explosive decompression that would just, would I even feel it?
It's not decompression in a submarine.
No, it's just compression.
Yes, you would feel it.
Oh no. Okay,
Um,
thanks, Marcus.
How long can you hold your breath as you're being crushed by water and pressure and submarine?
Until it doesn't matter anymore, I guess.
Well,
Good news,
Keep
it
talking.
already doesn't matter.
So yeah, bad news. I think that helmet's skittering around here somewhere.
that's not good. We need to kill it before it finds a way to make enough noise to tell them where we're at. Or comes in and eats one of our faces off.
Or digs through the outer hull and we all die.
These options end up in us dead.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go hunting, I guess. I
mean-
racked the shotgun.
You are a kitty cat. That's what you do.
Yeah, I guess I'll take the shrimp with me.
Brelix, see if you can work
It's
with.
not really nice for you to call Brelix a shrimp like that. That's just terrible.
I was talking about you, Mr. Ichi.
Oh, come on. Oh, just because I'm red. Okay, got it.
We're doing sensors to like hear scratching and stuff inside the ship.
Yep.
Okay. You want to do that one, Brelix, or do you want Crystal to do it?
She was a sensors expert, right?
But you know what they sound like.
That's a relative.
Oh.
She has a 0.
I know what they sound like, and I'm gonna put the headphones on.
Okay. She can still help you take a boost.
Uh, 3 + 3 + 2 is exactly an 8.
All right. It is somewhere on the middle of the ship, on the lower level, on the port is the left side, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so on the port side.
I think it's on the lower level. I know it's on the lower level. It's in the middle of the ship, and it's on the left side, which it's port side. We're in a boat.
All right, Carrot, let's go.
All right, right behind you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to try to sneak up on this thing? What's your plan?
Have you seen Alien?
Yes, awesome movie.
All right, have you seen Aliens?
I was going to say, although I argue Aliens is the stronger of the movies.
Yes.
Of
Yeah,
the-
we're
I
gonna
agree
go
with that.
Aliens with them. Well, they've already told us where we think this is. So, like it's a face hugger, I'm approaching cautiously.
It is a face hugger.
Yeah, fuck that thing.
Yeah, we need one of those little machines that, like, little motion sensors where we get the little clicking sound,
Ooh, I've got an idea. I grab the back of Garrett's pants and move him so that he's a meat shield in front of me.
No, that's not a good idea. No.
No, it's a fantastic
not good
idea. You go in first.
Nope,
Ready?
nope,
1,
nope.
2, and I kick him in.
You gonna resist this, Dubs? You're gonna end up in the hole.
No, he's not kicking me in. I kick him back, and we get into a little bit of a struggle, and
You roll for grapple.
yeah, and I can feel no pain, so I'm like, stronger
Oh,
for some reason.
And I gave you pills. My grapple was awful.
Yeah, and his was not.
8.
Crap.
So you go to kick Garrett in, and he just steps out of the way, and you fall into the hole first.
Ha ha! Take that, kitty.
I'm the one that's armed, so it's all good.
I yelled down into the hole. Hey, how many of those 9 lives you have left?
8. No, wait. We just came down in the drops. 6. I'm in a submarine. 5.
So, you're tracking this thing. What skills would you like to use to track it?
Oh boy. I would like to use my survival skill. Hold on. Let me see if I have a better one.
Survival's a good skill.
Yeah, it's going to be survival.
Okay. I'd like you to pair survival with intellect.
That's an 8.
All right. You can see it. Like you're following the noise very quietly, very cat-like, and you can see it. It is between 2 pipes, and you have no idea what these pipes do, but they've got big warning signs on them. Which is very irritating because, like, if that wasn't for that, you could just shoot it right now. Or do you care?
I care. I really do. I'm not happy about it either.
Above Marcus, Relics, they have not gone away, and they've dropped another sensor in front of you.
The ship. Right.
I only got every third word from that.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. Carl, turn the ship to the right, please.
Okay. You gonna help with the nav check there, Brelix?
Yes, sir. That's a 9.
Fantastic. That makes the total score a 10. So he veers off course to the right. Do you have him still moving at a quarter throttle?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Veers off to the right. That'll mean that they have to readjust their whole thing. Okay. Now back down. Go ahead.
Crystal, can you tell which of the ships dropped it?
I think the planes are dropping it. It's too far out in front of us to have been one of the boats, unless they shot it on a rocket or something, which I guess they could have.
Did you hear anything like...
No. I think if they had any type of weapon they could shoot us with on the boats, they would have used it already. I'm just guessing, though. She says, like is immediately covering her own bases. Like,
Can you hear which direction the ships are moving?
they're staying relatively over top of us. It seems before they dropped that buoy, it seemed like they were drifting behind us. They dropped the new buoy, and now they're more or less back on top of us.
So they can kind of hear us.
Could we? would it help us if we went lower? The sound of the pings went less when we went deeper. How deep can we safely go? And she like starts flipping through the manual.
Was just about to tell Bellix to get that answer for me.
So
Wasn't the hull at 1,800 meters?
that's crush depth.
Like I said, that was the maximum that we could go.
Although safe depth maximum is 600. I'm going to let you discuss your options briefly while I use the restroom.
Options. We're currently sitting at what, 500, I think. Like,
I thought we
We
were
can-
only at 300.
well, we're definitely down at least 400. We could put it at 500. We don't want to get much past safe depth because just because we can go deeper doesn't mean we should go deeper, because you'll get hole popping and et cetera, and it'll start giving away our position. So deeper and trying to not go in a straight line, but turning slowly and moving slowly. And then with Jasper and Crystal, when they have the ability to keep an eye on if there are any ships in front of us, so we can put a torpedo into them if we have to. But of note, we only have 2 torpedoes. We're not good at this game, and there's 3 of them. So I would prefer option of let's not get in a shooting fight, because we probably won't win.
I know this isn't how submarines work in any way, shape, or form, but if we tilt her straight up 90 degrees, we can shoot those torpedoes straight up, and then success, right?
There's still 3 of them, and we only have 2 torpedoes.
And then there's airplanes.
Can you use the torpedoes as potentially a distraction?
Maybe not the torpedo, but the drone probe things that we found, Garrett. You think those will get launched out of the torpedo tube?
Yeah, I wonder if we could do that. I don't know I don't know any of the tech specs on it, but that's possible.
We found these probes, and maybe we could make them make noise, go one direction while we stay silent and stay still.
It's a good idea.
I returned. So what have we discussed?
Different ways to evade. Specifically, keeping track of them, going in opposite directions of them, and going down to 500 feet, while prepping the little drone things as distractions to cover our escape. That's the short.
That's a clever idea. You also might want to stop the thing on board that's smashing itself against the hull.
I'm getting to that.
So you said there's 2 pipes, both say danger warning.
Yes, you could investigate them further if you wanted, or you and Garrett could, come up with a plan and deal with it.
I think I have a plan. Garrett, I'm going to use maybe my stunner. I think that's probably the best option here, except for my static blade, which hopefully I don't pierce the thing and then through the... I'm just terrified. I'm going to hit it with a stunner first. I've already snuck up on the damn thing.
And were you able to find it?
Oh, yeah. It's right there in front of me. Shh.
Did hit it, man.
All right, I'm going to pull the stunner and zap it. Come on. No whammies. Okay. It's a 10.
Okay.
Then it doesn't do anything, does it?
Hold on. I've got to research something first.
Okay.
All right. I did not miss the fact that you magically had your stunner. However, we're gonna go ahead and let it go because that's something that you could have potentially smuggled on board. So go ahead and it also doesn't actually stop. So like explosive gas is going to be set off by anything like an electromagnetic discharge. So it's not actually helping you the way you think it is.
Oh.
Yeah. This ship runs on liquid hydrogen fuel.
Right. But I'm not making a hole?
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's the thing. So how you did your shot on it. How'd your shot go?
Well, it hopefully hit with a 10.
Okay, it hit. That's +2. Go ahead and do your damage.
All right.
×2, by the way.
Well, it's an 8 times 2 would be 16.
Excellent. You actually just barely hit the line to fry it quickly enough that it didn't self-detonate its fragmentation grenade self-destruct charge.
All right.
So that flops down, all cooked and smoking and, dissected. And,
I think,
and
Garrett doesn't need to know how terrified I just was.
the tapping that was on the hull that everyone could hear is now stopped. Fralix. Marcus.
Alex, can you go meet up with LR and have them show you these drones things and see if you can rig a couple of them up to be distractive? Like just to make random noises that we can use as a distraction.
Yep, of course.
And can you find me a way to launch them? I'm sure that exists and I just don't know what it is.
I'll see what I can find. And Relix runs out and starts heading downstairs.
Okay. So Bralix runs downstairs and gets to these probes. This is a robot drone that you are used to using the airborne version of. You've worked with little quadcopters that are basically, dumbed down versions of what these things are. As best you can tell, they are the size they are so that they fit into a standard airlock. And they are a remote ops operation device. So you can sequence it to either your remote controller that you have. Oh, wait. Do you have that? Or was that something you were doing through your suit?
That was my personal thing that I brought.
Okay, so you have that remote ops, but you can also do it through the comms bench of the bridge, but you'll have to use the ship's comms array to do that.
Cool. You said these go through an airlock. I'm now running through the schematics of the ship. Is there an airlock on the ship?
Where'd you get the schematics of the ship?
I'm thinking about it and hoping maybe I don't have the schematics of the ship.
One of the other players specifically asked for it, and I was like, well, they would exist in certain places, but you don't necessarily just have them.
Engineering.
I'm now going to think about the ship and where there could be an airlock. I'm going to
Conning tower.
My first thought was the conning tower. That is submergible and that could have water. We could put one of these in there and open that back up.
Okay, that is an option.
I'm gonna grab one of these, and I haven't seen anybody else. I'm gonna tentatively say, Hylar, Garrett, are you guys down here?
On the other side of the wall, you hear, hold on a minute.
We're starting to back our way out.
I am covered with gross.
It's not fun. Next time you get to go in there.
Yep. I got a drone. I'm trying to find an airlock. I thought maybe the Connex area, maybe engineering's back here. I could see if they've got schematics of the ship on the engineering bay.
Yeah. Engineering's right up here. Let's check it out.
So you've had to use the schematics before Hylar, so you know exactly where they are.
Yep. Right here on this panel. Oh, look, there's a book here. It's got a chain.
There
Check
are
this out.
2 external airlocks. One in the conning tower. The other one is in the front of the cargo bay. The one in the front of the cargo bay is specifically designed for underwater docking. So if you docked with a underwater facility and wanted to transfer to that facility, that is the airlock you would use. They're also on opposite sides of the ship. So if you want to do jettison the probe in one direction or another, that may affect your decision.
From the engineering bay, is there a like communications, like a text communications or any type of communications up to the bridge?
Give me a comms check. Computer's comms.
That's a 7. That's a 6.
There's almost certainly something like that in here. You don't know how to work it. Like, you can see the panel, you're pretty sure it's that one.
I don't know how to get that the right way. I need my drone suit, which is in the front, and my equipment there. It says there's a exit in the front. We're going that way. The other one would be at the top. Let's run back to the main room. I can't figure out how to contact him from down here. And with that, Relics kind of jogs away.
Okay, you're going up to the control tower?
No, going to talk to the bridge.
Sorry, I'm at bridge. Marcus, what, you guys just been cruising, waiting to see what happens?
They're getting their drones ready. We are gonna go deeper, down to 500 meters, and we are going to slowly turn the ship so they away from the direction that they're heading to the best that we can tell.
Okay.
So not driving in a straight line.
The depth becomes 500 meters, which is 100 meters above the safe depth for the boat. There is the same amount of creaking and stuff that it's kind of been doing, but nothing that's super dramatic. Now that you've been down here for a minute, you sort of have gotten used to the sounds that it just makes as the pressure increases in the hull. It's not making any different noises than it was making before.
That's good. I'm going to turn away from the ships.
Yep. As you decrease your depths even more and turn away, the volume of the pings on the passive listening becomes even lower. Bralix comes into the room with a basketball-sized probe drone in his hand.
I can either release this from an airlock in the front or an airlock in the top part. I think if we do it in the front, then it might hit the side of the boat. If we do it in the top part, it'll kind of float behind us. I could rig it up to mimic the sound of the screw. That's the thing that makes the boat go forward? And as we drive away from where it is, we can then have that kind of slow off so that they're looking towards that, because then the volume of the screw sound is dissipated.
What? You want to shoot it from which side of the boat do you want to shoot it from?
The top.
Can you do that from the conning tower? How's it going to get out?
There's an airlock in the conning tower.
Isn't the conning tower like a big open space? Like it's a floodable space, but how does it get out of the airlock? Do you like pilot it out? How does it work?
Yeah. Well, I've never piloted an underwater drone, but it's kind of like the same as a quadcopter drone.
Okay. Okay, I'll get it in there.
All right. Yeah, comms is still confusing too. I tried to call you from the engineering bay, but I couldn't. Give me I gotta run here and then run there 10 minutes.
Just go.
And then run down to get my first person thing, and I run all the way as far as I can.
It just takes a lot longer than Marcus thinks it should take.
Yep. Let me know when you're ready.
That's up to you, Kizik.
Yeah, as quickly as I can, run all the way down, run all the way back up, put the thing in the in there. Is there an airlock in, or does the whole thing get flooded?
So there's a hatch that you have to go through. Currently, this section is pressurized. So you can just climb the hatch, open up in here, set the thing down, and then come back down if you want.
All right, I will do that. I'll put that in there. I'll come back down. I'll make it to the bridge. I got it. It's in there.
Now, someone needs to do a engineering life support check to remotely flood the airlock. They're meant to be operated by suited personnel on the inside.
Relics flips his head down, then flips his head back open.
Anybody know how to do that?
No, I'm a vac suit kind of guy. Never really messed with life support.
Same here.
What about our other friends?
They're all
Nope.
currently busy.
They are currently busy, and none of them have that specific skill.
I mean, even if I suited up and went out in the conning tower, 500 meter, I'm going to die. It's not going to help at all.
I don't need you to be in the conning tower. I need you to depressurize and flood the conning tower so that you can open the outer door remotely, but to do it all without making noise.
Right, okay, so I don't have to be in the conning tower.
No.
I'll go up there. Let's try it. I got engineer keys anyway. Here, I guess?
Okay, so you're going to go into the conning tower.
Is the probe in here yet?
Yes, the
No.
probe is in there.
Okay. Does it squealing like a screw yet?
No. I need you not in the conning tower. Under the conning tower.
Right, okay.
Leave the pressure, so it's not pressurized, and then that water fills it. However, you need to do that the right way so it's not loud. Because if you just pop valves open and water free floods into it, it's really loud, and they're gonna know exactly where we're at.
Okay, so slowly turn flood valves, let water in. Once the water fills up,
You're gonna have to let air out and let water in at the same time.
okay, I'm tracking. 2 valves.
You're doing this from inside?
No, I'm doing it from under.
Okay. So it's still an engineering life support roll.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Which I'm gonna be terrible with.
This is gonna be your 1 boxcars for tonight.
I doubt it seriously. Here we go. Yep, it's a 3 again.
But it's not Snake Eyes.
But it's not Snake Eyes.
Hey, Thodubs. Do you remember now what your one thing that you said you wish would be in the cargo bay was?
I saw the wrench that we were joking about, but I do not remember. I wish I did.
This crate right here. Hold your mouse over it.
Yep. Oh, okay. I remember now.
Page 112 of the Central Supply catalog. There's something called a deep diving suit. There are 4 of them in that case. So Hylar goes to slowly open this valve, and a couple of things happen. Water rushes in, air rushes out, carrying the probe with it. The entire ship groans and lurches as Carl's tentative control over the direction of the ship slips momentarily. The overcorrection and turbulence from the sudden decompression of the tower creates a loud noise and wake. But the probe is away.
Did it.
Relics, get the probe away from us, going starboard. Carl, turn to the port.
Crystal
Jasper,
says,
are we ready?
there's a loud splash coming from one of the boats, and I can hear a loud whirling noise.
Jasper, the boat that dropped the torpedo, shoot a torpedo at it. Carl, all ahead full.
Okay. So let me work through those. You told Jasper to shoot a torpedo.
At the ship that shot at us. And Carl to increase speed and turn left.
Okay. Carl, increase speed, turn left. Carl is having a lot of difficulty. The hatch is hanging open, and the airlock is malfunctioning. It's trying to pump air in, so he's basically got a jet at the conning tower level that's trying to roll the ship. And he's doing everything he can to keep the ship upright. If this situation isn't corrected, you will not be able to maneuver the vessel.
Gotta turn the air off. I'll find the air valve. I'll turn it off.
Give me
Jeez.
another life support check.
Oh, fuck. -3, 6.
Plus my intellect of 0. I got an education of 1.
It's an education check.
7.
Okay, that's good enough. Or turn a valve off. So
I hope so.
So you turn a valve off, and it is corrected. It takes a little bit of extra time. Basically, you're stuck on your same course for a heart-beating moment. Braylix, what are you doing?
I've got the drone that's going. He turned left. I'm going right. I've got. I'm making it make as much noise as possible, and I'm driving as far as I can.
In what direction? You said you're just going right, so you're just in a straight line to the right of the boat.
The boat is going forward. I'm going backwards.
Okay. Give me a remote ops check.
That's a 11.
Oof, that's really
That's a
good.
10.
Okay. That's really good. Okay. I need 2 volunteers from the players to roll 5d6s. Who wants to be my volunteers?
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Those are 2.
Well, I need 2 of them. So,
Five sixes.
yep,
Roll
5d6s.
boxcars.
Um,
Loves when y'all.
Individually or together.
one at a time. Odubs, tell me what the results of that are, and then Ronan, roll yours.
19.
Okay, Ronan.
15.
Okay. So, the ping of the incoming missile is incredibly, or sorry, not missile. The ping of the incoming torpedo
Torpedo.
is incredibly loud. And it's just one after another, and it's getting closer and closer together. Jasper reports that his torpedo is away and tracking a target, and it's louder and loud, and there's just this constant back and forth until the pings are so close together that you can't barely even tell them apart. At which point, the probe that Braylix has been piloting explodes in a dramatic fashion, and a shockwave rocks the vessel very hard from the starboard side. And there's creaking and groaning, and pipes burst all inside the hull. Of course, no one's below decks to know that these pipes have burst, but the sound of the breached hull... I mean, actually, Garrett's token is down there. But that, I think it's just because he didn't move out of engineering when everyone else went to the command center. If
That's correct.
If Garrett is in engineering, he would see the pipes burst. Everyone else would hear it. But there is water coming into the boat. And right at about the same moment, Jasper reports, it's a hit. They've stopped, and there's cracking sounds, and I can't hear much else because our boat's making a bunch of noise. Sorry, I guess Crystal would be reporting the damage to the enemy hull. Anyway, you hit, and they missed.
Okay, if we're making noise, we gotta go find out where. Garrett, go find out how we're making noise. I'm gonna look at all, see if I got any flashy lights on my...
Yeah, there is showing that several systems and engineering have been compromised, and there are some leaks that need to be taken care of. The pumps have automatically kicked on as the boat's not completely stupid, and it's trying to keep... That's really what's making the most noise. The pumps are trying to keep the water out of engineering.
Brelix, you're not doing anything right now. Go down with Garrett and stop water from coming into the submarine.
Off to engineering.
My drone just got exploded as I was piloting in it. Got it.
Which was a great job. Go. Stop water.
Okay, so we're in engineering.
Okay. There's a couple of pipes that have burst. There's water coming in, and you guys have patch kits nearby. This is not a rocket surgery thing. It is, however, an athletics thing, so Braylix is going to have a really fun time doing this.
There's water flying straight at me, and I've got the patch kit, and I'm pushing through the water. I'm going to make it to the pipe. It's going to be... I can do it.
Perhaps you guys should work together.
All right, so I'm gonna go up to the place where it's at, and you hold the patch kits and hand me a patch kit when I get in position.
All right, I'm following behind you.
All right, I'm up at the first one. Go ahead and this one's pretty rough. Just hand me one of the patch kits here. Go ahead and hand it to me.
So you just want to give him a boost dice, or do you guys want to make it a chain?
Let's see. Let's do a boost dice.
Okay. So Dubs, that is
Down
that
the
is an
other side.
athletics skill check, athletic strength specifically. Ooh, look at that. Boxcars and a 4 on the boost dice. So that's boxcars plus your checks.
So we have boxcars plus my strength. So that's the 13.
That's a pass. So they managed to patch up the hull, get it under control. Carl gets the boat moving again, and you are quiet. And within about an hour, you have slipped completely away. Crystal's been listening intently to the passive sounds of the hydrofoil boat hunter up there, which you guys hit with the torpedo as it slowly breaks up. It's on the surface long enough for the crew to evacuate. It's not an instant kill, but it takes on enough water that it eventually sinks. And that seems to occupy the rest of the forces enough for you guys to slip out into the deep blue. And you have successfully evaded the flotilla that the Unity sent to recapture this leader that you're supposed to be protecting, who has now more or less fully regained her senses.
Hell yeah.
And there was much rejoicing. Yay!
Quietly, we're in a submarine.
That's right.
I was about to act like a whale. I was going to act.
I love that movie. And that's going to be it for tonight's part of the adventure. I believe we will have more shenanigans on this submarine, and I will have the map slightly more fleshed out for the next episode. How did you guys enjoy it?
It was fun, guys. Thank you. Never been on a submarine before.
That was very chaotic. Yes.
I've wanted to do a submarine episode for quite some time. There's been a couple reasons why I haven't. One of the things about a submarine, I think it's a great couple of episodes. We could never do a campaign in one, in my opinion, because once you've eaten up all the movie tropes, I think this is a good adventure that is a lot of fun, but it would wear itself out, is what I think.
Just like living on a submarine.
Nope. So you guys have definitely had some moments where I was like, I should have made some things more obvious. Like you didn't go through and really thoroughly pick through the cargo hold, which had its advantages and disadvantages, because at first you went straight to business, which gave you quite a bit of extra time to learn the submarine's operations, because you had a limited amount of time before they were going to catch up to you. So you had more time to, kind of learn how to do some things. But you also meant you didn't know that case of suits was in there, where someone could have just put a deep dive suit on and gone in there with a probe and launched it.
Right.
So there were a couple, pros and cons. Plus, you guys walked right past the auto dock with the captain in it, and that surprised me. Not that there was a whole lot you could have done, but Hylar, as the doctor, could have said, well, I'm better than the auto doc. Let me give it a shot. The way you were rolling tonight, though, that probably would have ended in the captain's death.
Yeah, I was not feeling it. And then I was dealing with a patient already. I didn't want to pull up another patient. I was already failing one of them.
Now, numbers of 2s and 3s rolled tonight has got to be a record. It's got to be.
I don't think I rolled over a 7. No, I got a 13 that one time.
Don't forget, our plan was originally to rip the captain out of the capsule and put Dubs in it.
Well, I mean, that was
Garrett.
suggested.
Yeah.
Yeah, Garrett.
I knew that probably wouldn't happen, at least the second part. I thought you might rip the captain out of it and kill her, and then realize that basically if you had put Garrett in there, Dubs wouldn't be playing tonight.
Nope.
It would be.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it would have taken forever to
Yeah.
heal him.
Auto docs are not there for emergency, quick like surgery. They are there for emergency, keep them alive over the long term and hopefully get them back to a hospital. It might be able to heal you enough for you to get released from the auto doc, but it's going to take days at a minimum,
Yeah. I think I pointed that out when I was reading it, that it takes fucking forever.
You absolutely did, and I think that was part of y'all's decision, and that's one of the reasons that I put it in front of you, and I'm also very thankful that you took the time to read it, because sometimes that doesn't happen. Yeah. How do you guys like the submarine map? Because I gotta tell you, I lost many hours trying to get Dungeon Fog to make this submarine map. There are many things that are not complete about this that I have fretted over that I should have just built it in one world from the beginning. Of course, one world has been giving me trouble as well. So
Yeah, that's a tough call, but stick with it. This is a good map. I like these.
I thought it was good. It got the point through.
Awesome map.
It's totally realistic and totally awesome. I love it.
And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and stop the stream. Thanks everybody for stopping by.